the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon television. Spoon radio station. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Moravia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Fondema, Maryland, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. If you eat keep on gradually, my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You want to get a news update, to spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you got today? Spoon TV. Yes, what you got today? Spoon TV. Spoon. Skidibidi dabado. Spoon TV. Spoon entertainment. Kua. Let's say go to there. Kua, to the spoon, to get your information. To the spoon, to be part of Spoon television.
Yes, sir. A special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the South Man. Charges on the beat.
To the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon television. Spoon radio. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Moravia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Fondema, Maryland, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. If you eat keep on gradually, my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. yeah, Tuto Spoon.
Yes, I, a special one from the CEO, stand with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the South Band. Charges on the beat.
To the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon television. Spoon radio. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you will know. The children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening, Moravia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Funjama, Maryland, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. If you eat the congratulate my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You want to get a news update, to spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. To the spoon, to be back.
Well, folks, welcome to another edition of the biggest thing that takes place on radio, TV, and online at about this time.
Tell you what is happening in life.
Spoon Talk. We are live on Spoon 107.5 FM.
Happening in Moravia.
Spoon TV. Fabric 101.1 FM.
In Africa.
Super TV.
Spoon.
Channel 10. Super 95.5.
The children crying for starvation.
They're also live on YouTube. You can join us online at www.spoonfmradio.com. My name is Aaron Kuban. I'm your sound producer for tonight's edition of the program. Let me now welcome Dr. Richardson and my very good friend James. Welcome.
Hi, Aaron.
Yes, hello, Dr. Richardson.
Hi, Aaron. Let me see. Okay, let's echo now.
I think, yeah, it's okay.
It's okay now.
Yeah. Good day. How you doing?
We can't complain. Come on, also.
That's good. I hope you're working on that Constitution.
Working on
it. I know you got orientation and school starting all of that one there, but that extra credit work there.
The school work too much.
Oh, Johnny Clap.
Education in this other part of the world, you don't have time.
Okay, Johnny Clap.
You go to bed late and wake up late.
Yeah.
And even when you have free time to move around, you can't move.
Every day, they only tell your mind that that's good thing, how you get it done.
I tell you. And instead of look at you, they give you tests. Like I have 3 courses from now till February, but don't mind the time. You got to start now.
Of course. You know how many chapters we can get you to read?
No.
If you don't read that, if you don't read those chapters, you pay for it somehow.
I said today I was busy on I did to the extent amazing CEO call. I leave my phone far away from me. I can't even leave social media, but today I was forced to leave my phone far away from me.
Yes.
How come you not be on? The Richardson James told me he has 3 books to read. Maybe
of course
3 books to read now.
Course.
So
of course. Yeah. So the relationship is with my students. The child I said the man can sleep will suffer too. So yeah, I get it work to the other man said suffering because I gotta grade a paper, whatever I gotta know what in the book, so I gotta read a book. So you're
Yeah.
not suffering, all suffering together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Therefore, we really
But
have
I love it,
to
right? It's good. It make you to read a lot.
Mm-hmm. And you gotta
Yeah.
be it's not just memorization. This
No,
is
no,
which
no,
I
no.
think and I also had my early childhood education in Liberia where we did, when you do something like SOSO, you memorize it. But they ask you these
Mm.
questions that will allow you to bring in different views.
Yeah.
And then which is critically thinking, you have to see, you have to
Yeah.
be testing yourself to
Being
see
analytical, getting the concept, all of those things.
exactly. And then you have to be able to, if you hold on to a position, you have to be able to defend it. But not only your own personal defense, but how does it make sense to the rest of the world? It's not about you,
Yeah,
it's for
yeah.
other people. So this is where critical thinking comes into place, in all the shortcomings, you have to be able to critique yourself and say, okay, this is my views that I hold, but this is the pros and cons of my views.
Yeah.
So yeah, so anyway, a lot of times I know James, you can be tired by the time you can't get be tired.
I said I can be happy when the CEO get on the show. As soon he gets on the show, I leave. I
I see
be
where you
sitting
can
there
be
half
focused.
beside me. Yeah.
I know. I know. Yeah.
As soon as it comes on, I switch to the other side.
Yeah. That's what
2
I've been
weeks
doing.
ago,
I
it's
just
completely different from what we do in Liberia. The system here is completely different.
absolutely just before I came, I just ended a meeting. I actually started something I call the diversity forum at my university. So I bring students from different backgrounds and we discuss to organize programs surrounding service. They have to do a service project, which is just produce something about diversity of the community. They have to network. So we do something on campus to let people know about different cultures. And then they have to do something scholarly, which is to write an essay, or either, for us to present at the psychological association.
Yeah.
And actually we put together a study. We're going to study rape culture in Liberia from a different perspective. So that's one of the things that we're doing right now. So yeah, so I just got off like 3:55 and jumped onto this call, and all day today has been busy. So
Yeah. So
Nice.
James,
Yeah.
while listening to that already, I think about some of the students that we shun that class or shy away from adding that class. The moment they see on the penny sheet is that the regency, maybe you teach about 3 students before the end of the semester. Everybody drops that class.
The thing about it, Aaron, you are not forced, right?
Mm.
The thing about it, you are not forced to do this. Like our voice here, you have to do general, and that nobody gonna tell you what to do. They just put you in, and they are done with you.
you're an adult.
Your brain.
You're
The
an adult.
system different.
Yeah, everybody adult. When you're in school, you're adult. Nobody tell you
Yeah,
get
2
your
weeks
syllabus.
here.
Whether you read or you read at your business, when I go
Nobody
to
get
my
down
class,
for
I
you.
take from the class, I just teach. Whether you pay attention, you won't be doing the only thing we ask you, don't be on your devices because that's disrespectful. That's all. But you won't listen to me, you pay your money. At the end of the semester, when I grade your paper, when I ask my assignment to come in, you better just turn it in because in kind that your business you will pay.
Mm.
But I still getting paid. No, I actually check in my students. If they don't do well, I call them in because for me, it's important that they learn as well. But yeah, you on your own era, nobody there babysitting you.
Yeah.
Yes, see you welcome.
Nobody-
We're just having small talk
Yo,
until you got here.
Good morning, good evening, good night, good afternoon, wherever you may be. We want to say we are grateful to be here tonight. Dr. Richardson, how you doing?
Busy today, but glad to be here. It's an honor.
Good, good. Thank God for that. Kuban,
yes, sir.
how you doing, Chief? How are you?
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Thank
I don't
God.
know whether it's from my end, but I'm getting feedback.
It's okay. It's good to get feedback. Representative Yankwa is coming in studio. Please
Okay.
set him up. James, what's up? How you doing, James?
I'm okay. Everything still fine. Come on,
James suffer with school.
me.
The school PDG, but
Nah, James cannot suffer. Why? I mean, it's
okay.
okay to go to
They
school.
gotta read about 5 cent book at one time before the semester ends.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, the education in Liberia is better, so James is doing extremely well.
Really?
What? But what did I say? Why are you looking at me like that? I mean, James, I told you in Liberia, the education system is better, right?
Nobody said it is not better. It's better. We love it,
Mhm.
but
Okay.
there are certain
It's just
changes.
different. They just got
Yeah,
good balances that or
yeah.
just diversity.
We want to
You
welcome.
know what I like about the
We
education
want to
system in
welcome our
Liberia?
folks. Finish up,
I was
Dr.
just gonna say,
Richardson.
you know what I like about the education system in Liberia is the resiliency. If you can get through Liberia education, you can get through education in everywhere in the work. It teaches you to be
Yeah.
strong.
All right, thanks.
Mhm.
So we want to say that today, we just don't want to waste any more time because it is important for us to start a conversation where we left off yesterday. And I'm happy that Edo or Representative Nyankwa will be coming in. I think we'll be hearing from.
We took our test. Our name was
Can you,
shortlisted.
who's doing that, James?
It's
Yeah, we have to we have to also announce that I think Representative Kolba will be coming into for a few minutes. We'll wait for the entire team. We're going to play the rest of the clip. This thing about legis, we want to let you guys know we will be playing everything. Then tomorrow we'll start with the other expert. We have another person that complained, another person that had serious issue. They had serious issue with legis. And, listen, we got to report these things. It's bad. It's getting worse, or it's worse already. It's one of the greatest embarrassment to this government. It's one of the greatest. Massive corruption. Massive corruption. So we want you to share the video. Bring in your friends. Invite them. The spoon talk is on. You will hear for yourself. Someone from another country. And we'll play the president clip also when he went on another network. I think it was OK FM. After the LDCC came out with their report, what did the president say? Don't miss anything. Or Roosevelt, you can call in. We'll ask you. If you're in Liberia, you decide to go back to Liberia and vote, we'll ask you the question. What's lacking? Why are we here and the president is not taking any action? Well, what's going on with our country? Wilmer Smith and his good old friend, James found the other gentleman name. The director general, he's sick. He was taken out of the country, whether he's back or not. But, I mean, what's going on? Are we blind, Liberians? I mean, we got skills in our eyes. Are we blind? We want to draw your attention to these audios. We want you to listen to them. We want you to hear the names that have been mentioned. And we want you to decide. Dynamic King, we want to welcome you, Jason Senior. Welcome, Yvonne Dagon, A.B. Kabat, Matthew Quartet, Vera Tia Lippens. It's been a while, Vera. Thank you for coming back. Alfred Say, Junior Ambassador Jeremy Orlando Reeves. We want to welcome every one of you because we want you to listen to the audio. We want you to just tell us, man. Be sincere. Be serious with yourself. This is about Liberia. Friendship is different from leadership. I think the president should have Dismiss those guys immediately. No if and a but. I mean, Aaron, come back. We asking you to leave here.
He said he wants to do something. Okay.
Okay, the director general is recovering from home. You know, I heard that he's back in the country. He suffered a massive stroke. He will be recovering shortly from he's home recovering. This thing hit him. It's hit him so hard. But for the sake of God, guys, where are we as Liberian? Come on, listen to some of this recording. And I want you to be patient. We will post it. We'll send all this recording. Everybody, we will share it on our page that you can have access. I don't want, people calling me, Stanton, can I listen to it? No. We will send it on Spoon page, and all of our pages. We'll share with you on social media. You can download it. You can keep it. And it's our gift from us to you. It's our gifts. This is about religious today. Massive corruption. Why are we having census? What are they covering? What are they hiding? Daniel Kamara, Marie Flan. I mean, what's going on, Ruben? Ruben Benson, why are these people hiding so much that it's a must to do census? I mean, it's the massive corruption that is in the country with religious. You got them stealing. Don't even call it corruption again, just call it pure stealing. Pure stealing. Ruben, Waki, welcome to Mr. Sonny Smith. Let's have some very good conversation. Let's sit down today and talk like Liberians. Take your Kosu entire way, take your Bota, take your series, take us in Waterside, Raditam, Rela Market. Let's talk like Liberians. We want to listen to you. Let's have this conversation. Forget about, nobody would do anything to you. It's a freedom of speech. This is an accurate and the most appropriate thing we are doing today. So we were going to say to you, something is happening in our nation. Something is happening in our nation. Derek Bogart, you're on the show already. Eric Bateau, Man Jennings, you guys on the show. Listen, if you do not insult, you can continue to express yourself. Be professional and express yourself. But this legislative, I want you to listen. I want you to hear for yourself. And I want you to understand and ask yourself the question, why personal we are still keeping those guys? Why Samuel Twe? Stay working with them. Samuel Twe is the chairman on the board, the legislative board. Samuel Twe is the chairman. I told you, 2 days ago, I spoke to Twe. He was flying to Europe to go back home. Glendy Jr.'s hello, Glendy. Wait for this tip, Glendy. Glendy been asking me for the tip. I'm not sending it to you. Wait, we'll put it on Spoonsplit tonight. Before the show is over, we're going to send it on the page, and everybody will have it. Yvonne, I want to say hi, Yvonne. Ellis Jackson, how you doing? James Walker, you are welcome. Good to see you. Dr. Richard saying, while we're setting Representative Larry Youngquay, once he's ready, we'll bring him on. Talk to me, Dr. Richardson.
So Stanton, last night I was really troubled by what I heard the expatriates say on the tape. And one of the things that just kept on playing in my head was me, myself, and I. He said, there's a tendency of us Liberians to be focused on me, myself, and I. And, we say it among ourselves, but hearing somebody who isn't even a part of us observe that about us and say that, it was so troubling to me. He said that, I am in this country working to reduce the budget so that legislators can have enough money to do the census so we can know what's going in the country, whether it comes to elections, whether it comes to development. But there were other people who were working to increase the budget, so just so they can chop, they can have their chop for, so they can make it a chopping ground.
And you know what? I will stop you there because they want a budget, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys don't say put the budget up here.
Yeah.
And every cent they are taking from the World Bank contributing account to buy even an ink pen.
Yeah.
They go in the ledger's account and take money likewise for the same items.
Yeah.
But that's the Liberia we have. What more? Who can really talk to President we are there? Why is he keeping them? I mean, it's painful, man. We get a lot of information we want to share with our folks. It's nothing personal. I don't know the guy called Wilmer Smith, but and his friend, Mr. Director General, I don't know him. Why are we here playing games? But these guys, then they are linked. It's like a cartel. They are linked to some folks.
Mm-hmm.
They are linked to some people in government, some representatives, some senators. We will call their names. Dr. Richardson will call their names. And I will say again, information between them and those folks will reveal it. We will call their names because those senators and those representatives, they are evil.
Yeah.
Those people don't like Liberia.
Mm-hmm.
We will call their names because it's the worst thing in our life. Representative running around, hanging around with them. Hey man, people are going to get relevant tonight. The information I have gathered from yesterday to today, and what we're about to share with you, sit back, grab your popcorn, and let's have fun. Fun with the truth. Something that will help change our country. I know, James, you get all our backup information, the videos, the pictures. Aaron Kuban, I believe Representative Larry Youngquay is in studio. We'll be bringing him on. We'll wait for the rest of the team. But I will say to you, today is the day the Lord has made. We'll rejoice after this program. When you receive the information, when you hear the foreign, the guy from another country speaking, put a cold bomb on your skin. Like to say, you look at your skin, you see the ghost bomb. And you say, what happened with our country called Liberia?
Yeah.
What's going on? LCC came out with a report. What happened with that report? It passed the 90 days though. They changed them just as a cover up. Come on, man. Let's bring Representative Yanko in. I don't want to hold the old man time. Let's bring the pop on. Let's have some serious discussion tonight. Let's bring the representative on. This is so painful, bro. Polari, Mr. Yanko, how you doing, man? You my pop, and thank you for joining us, man. This is getting frustrating by the day. Why? Why have we come to where we are as Liberian, as a country? Before I start playing the clip, I want you to give you the chance to speak to Liberians tonight. Talk to us.
Good evening. Thank you very much for the invite. Even though we had a very long day, and then I had just reached home in Johnsonville when I was told that you needed me to appear. So because of the nature of the issue at bar, I decided to put the interest of my country first, to inconvenience myself to come here. So I'm very happy to be here to help us build the country. The disclaimer I have is that my name is not Nya, is not NY. The N there is silent. It should be out.
Nyokwe.
It's YOUNQUOI. That's the
Okay, so
disclaimer I have.
how you pronounce it?
Yonkwe. Yes, Andrew Young.
Yonkwe.
Except that, yeah, Yonkwe. That's all. No N. So,
Okay,
but that
Yonkwe.
is that is trivial. But you know, on this kind of large platform, if I don't do those corrections, people will take it to be. Even though my name is on the internet, at least it can be identified now by dictionary. But on a more serious note, I'm very happy to be here to discuss something I know I like best, because it is the census that made me. It is population field that made me. So I'm very passionate about it. And I'm here tonight as a technician. I will put the political cloth one side just to make sure my contribution is resonated very well, so that people will not look at it from the lexicon of biasness. I will be speaking purely on a technical basis, even though you want to drag me in the issue of corruption, politics, and the rest of it. But we say a lot about it at other times, and today, because this is to my soul, I'm going to be very professional, very technical. So I said when necessary, we have to talk about corruption and political stuff, but mainly I'm going to be really technical, so that while you guys are handling at other levels, which we have passed ever since, I will be hitting some issues that the people need to know about the census and why we need to be very serious about it.
Mr. Yonkwe, we want to say thank you very much. It's good to have you.
Thank you.
And sorry for the short notice. Indeed, you are here today because we need to speak on this issue even more. It is important that we talk about the massive corruption at Legis. It is important not only Liberian speaking, but folks
and
that
I
love
know
our country.
One of the things I want to add, Stanton, is that the gentleman whose voice you are playing, and I graduated from the Sin Population Institute, and they were my genius. He and the director general, they all went to school after I had left. But he has been working with us, with the Liberian government, since 2008. He came to Liberia as a CTA, working with us on the 2008 census. You know, the 1984 census had just happened. The tables were cut, the various tables, the census document were produced. You know, Liberia, we used to do everything manually. So from 1984 to 1989, that 5 years, those are periods we needed to cut our tables, set our thematic areas up, look for technicians to come and help us to analyze. Then the war broke up. So when this gentleman whose voice you are playing came, he said, look, if I am to write the census report for 2008, we need to have 2004. So we started picking up the pieces wherever we found it, put together professional, and we wrote the report for 2004 census, 1984 census, so that we can have the baseline data to compare the 2008 data with. So I'm just saying this to say that he's been with us for a long time.
So and again, I will let you know, because you are now
I'm a professional. I'm a population.
You are now confirming the individual whose voice is on the audio. So this is not anything that we made up. No, it's pure confirmation that you know him. You recognize his voice. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Very well. You're also a former member of the parliament, the South Leonean Parliament.
Thank you very much.
Yes, I'm a Democrat and I'm a parliamentarian, and I retire and I go out there as a CTA. That's how he was. He was a former member of the House in Sierra Leone, and then later on came to Liberia to do his demographic work. And he did it so perfectly, and it was time for him to go, and he went the way he did. So I know him. He's not a makeup story. He's actually exists.
So guys, you just heard from Honorable Larry Yonkwe that this individual indeed worked for Legis, and he has returned home. We are talking about Francis Willer, Wilmer Smith, Lawrence George, Jimon Bawokia, Dominic Pay, the comptroller. We are talking about these guys then that have found themselves in a cartel form in Liberia. They say, you talk about drugs cartel. This is what we are seeing right now. A situation that the country is faced with, and only these guys that know how to rake. the system when you talk about legis. The question, when we go through the conversation tonight, why are they still on the job? Why the President George Manowe, are still keeping them? Why they have the full blessing of Samuel Tway? And I want you guys to think on this before we continue. Why they have the blessing of Speaker Buffer Chimber, Pro Tem Albert Che, even Akaris Gray, Mervyn Cole, Senator Batekwa. Why these guys then working along with these Wilma Smith and all of them? Why? What in it for them? Again, I will call the names. We'll play the clips. We got a lot of discussion tonight. But we want you to listen to us, please. We want you to listen to us. Why are these guys today, as of today, why are we sitting here having this conversation over and over? Why Albert Che, Buffer Chimber, why all of them asking the president not to touch these guys? Why Samuel Tway telling the president say it's okay to keep them? I'm coming to you, Mr. Youngquay. I want to call the names again. I know these are some of your colleagues. I will give you the chance to talk to us. But I will say this. Speaker of Buffer Chambers, Pro Tempore Albert Che, Akaris Moses Gray, District Number 8, Mervyn Cole, Batekwa, Senator Batekwa. Why are they covering? And many more. I will give you the rest of the name. But why are these guys covering the religious folks? Francis Wille, Wilma Smith, Lawrence George, Gimon Bawokio, sorry if I'm not pronouncing the last name, and Dominic Pay. Why are they protecting them? Liberians. Why are they protecting them? Samuel Tway, do you know he served as the chairman on the board for Legis? When last have he called a meeting? Why do they receive the blessing of Samuel Tway? It is important for us to discuss. You want to say something before we go to the clip and talk to Kev Hassan and Dr. Richardson, sir? You like to say something?
Yes. I know your question was more or less you were asking it just in passing, but I want to come in. Getting rid of the gentleman in question is one of the easiest things that can ever happen under our law. The act that created Legis was created when I was working with the Minister of Planning and Economic Affairs. The only person that was appointed by the president is the Director General, period. The rest were appointed by the board upon the recommendation of the Director General. And so it doesn't require presidential decision, especially when they are for wanting. It just requires the chairman of the board being magnanimous enough to go to the board and say, look, this so and so. There is nothing like president agreeing for them to leave before they leave. They are technicians that were recommended by the Director General and some of the top brass, and then passed on by the board. But it is the Director General that was scouted by the board and recommended to the president, and then the president makes the appointment, he goes and faces the confirmation hearing and returns, and then recruits the other people. So if you find them wanting, why should it take long? That's the question you're asking again. The answers are there, but I think
Honorable, are you telling us that the chairman of the board and the board member should be the one firing women, Smith, yeah, Lawrence George, and the rest of them? But who's the chairman, though? It's your finance minister. It's your finance minister, Samuel Tway.
Yeah, he's the statutory chairman because the act that created Legis placed Minister of Planning and Economic Affairs as chairman of the board. But Madam Salif was trying to reshape the government in a way, because each time the Minister of Finance, each time Liberia goes for the World Bank conference, IMF conference, Liberia always have two ministers, one for finance and one for planning. And it embarrasses us. The Ghana, Kenya, other than have Minister of planning and development, economic affairs. They were all blended. So Liberia needed to be on par with the others. We were there when that transition took place. So Minister of Planning, Finance and Development Planning was created by getting rid of planning ministry. We took the finance aspect and created Liberia Revenue Authority. We took the revenue aspect from finance, and then we took the statistics department from planning ministry and created.
Yeah, we understand that, because I know, Honorable Yonko, we understand that.
Whoever was left went to finance, and by that virtue, finance, whoever is heading finance became the chairperson of.
And that's why you have someone taking care of them. Right. So now you are confirming, our information. And the question is, why Samatua keeping them? Why Samatua?
I wouldn't know.
Why Samatua protecting them? Why Samatua doing everything he can that they should remain and carry on the census issue? And that's what we are here to discuss. Dr. Richardson, before we start playing the clip, I want to announce to our folks, don't worry, we'll be sharing it with you. We'll put it on the Spoon page. We want you to own it, download it. It's free. We're not charging you. But it's very important that this is troubling for Liberia. This is troubling. And it will shock you to know that people in this government just don't love this country called Liberia. They just don't. Folks that are working in this government, they just don't love Liberia. You'll hear this from another person who is not a Liberian. Dr. Richardson, you can go ahead and we'll come to Kev Hassan. Then we'll start playing the clips.
First of all, I just want to welcome Honorable Yonkwe to Spoon. I think you've been here before, so it's good having you again. Secondly, thank you for educating the public about the responsibility of the chairman of the board, Minister Twe, to remove people who are not doing the job, who are stealing from Liberians. So I think your addition to the show tonight to provide us that kind of information is extremely helpful to us. So thank you for being here. Stanton, like I'm asking the same questions that you are asking. What motivates the president? What motivates the chairman of the board, Mr. Twe, for keeping people who are stealing from the Liberian people? As we well know that this kind of stealing is detrimental to our improvement. This is what, if we had this money, we could do other things to improve our country. So we'll be asking those questions. The tape is very heart-wrenching for me. I'll be listening very keenly, and we look forward to having a good show.
Thank you very much, Dr. Richardson. Brother Kev?
Oh, okay. Is this an intro time or just
it's an intro time, Kev. Correct.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome to the show and the honorable man. Well, for me, I would really like to know exactly, what funds they took, because I want to ask, since the honorable man have idea, but I will keep my question to when my time to ask him question. But I feel that and listen to the tip, I will, I don't know how authentic his information on that tip. It's a gentleman that's saying stuff. I don't know what proof of information he got about what happening. So it's a tip, it's an allegation that I feel now. Until I see something otherwise, I will treat it as an allegation, and then we'll ask the question and see where we go from there. But I'm not. I don't think I will be making a judgment based on an individual tip.
Thank you very much, Kev. Honorable Yeke Koluba, thank you for joining us again. I want to say we appreciate you. We have with us your colleague, Honorable Larry Youngwood. For the purpose, if you have anything to say as your intro, please do. Then we'll go into the program tonight.
Having me on the show tonight, I see my father-in-law and the veteran lawmaker and my chairman for the CPP legislative, the ANC legislative caucus, Honorable Larry P. Yankwe. Honorable Senior Cody, let me say hi to you.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Yeke.
So like I listening to Kev. Kev is right, but Kev should also understand that there was a recalling that came off from the chairman of the board of the LPRC. That also was an allegation, but the president took some action on that. I don't know what made the one different from mere speculation, because maybe because the president didn't want informed. I didn't hear you say that there was a recalling is not authentic. But for this, you say it's not something that you can go by. So we wait to hear after we get into the discussion.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Representative Kodubai. Guys, we want to say please find us on Fabric, Super, and Spoon, all on the radio station. We are on social media likewise. Fabric TV, Super TV, Spoon TV. We are at your home, Super TV channel 10. Again, find us on the YouTube channel, Spoon TV Live. We want to say to all of you, invite your friends. It's going to be fire tonight. You're going to hear the truth about legends tonight. We will not be able to get to the other individual audio, but we promise you we will play it likewise. I hope you get your popcorn. I hope you're ready for nothing. Listen, this is not about politics. I'm not a politician. But this is to help save Liberia. We have come too far to leave Liberia how our parent left Liberia. We have come too far to just turn a blind eyes on the truth and pray that one day God can rain manna from heaven. When we have manna ourselves, to feed ourselves, to clothe ourselves, to provide ourselves. But you have few other people that just believe that they alone for the 6 years, they can reap Liberia benefit and enjoy. And then ask you, Liberians, to give them another 6 years. Are we stupid? Are we serious? And I want to say to you, just open your ears. That's why we will be in Liberia. That's why we'll look in your eyes and talk to you. But for now, accept us. We are here. And we'll do everything possible by God's grace to tell you the truth, nothing but the truth. So help us, Lord. I play no favor, my friend. I love no politician, no political leaders. I don't hate Josh Weah or Cummings or Bwaka. I love them all. Tewon Gonglo, Magdala Cooper. But I pray for the person that will have Liberia at heart, that will love Liberia, that will bless the people of Liberia. A government that will seek the people first. And that's why we will do everything by the grace of God. Spend any amount by the grace of God to tell you the truth. So we're going to play the clip. We are going to play the clip, and after each audio, we will pause because we have to listen to Representative Yankwe. We have to listen to Representative Koluba, and then we're going to ask our question. Are we ready? You can record it. You don't have to rush. We will share it. There are 7 different clips, audio clips. We'll share it, and you will have access to it. So let's play one.
The capacity to talk to the nation. And he continues to go there, causing trouble. He's going to embarrass the census. That is true. He's going to say something. He will be saying something that people are already tracking. And they're going to use it when anything happens. They're going to use it against him. And the thing about him is that.
Sorry, I'm playing the last one to the first one. I'm going to go back where we stopped at. Then we're going to, because I left you guys yesterday with a portion of the clip for us to continue. Where we stopped at yesterday, I want us to play it. and then we will be fine. 1 minute, please, while we play this. Dr. Richardson, you want to say something? We stop. Yeah, there we go. We good. We stop right here.
Tension have been under for years in this country with a lot of risk dealing with people who certainly are very bad. Insatiable appetite for corruption. I've been relieved, thank God. You guys should do your census. We must say that talk to Abdullah. They will take money from the ISWA project to cover up the budget that they are creating now. So this comes to something I've been talking, that the World Bank money is soft money. And these guys go to that account and just source money out. It doesn't speak well of the way you are using World Bank money. But this is where the friction has always been. The corruption has not been coming much from UNFPA money. The way they eat UNFPA money somehow is acceptable, because you cannot go to the last decimal point trying to see what people are doing.
Guys, I don't want to bore you tonight, but let's say this though. Honorable Youngquay, he's saying the religious guys go to the World Bank money. They suck the World Bank money. I mean, you've been around, you've been in this business. I want to give you the chance to talk to Liberians tonight. They are focusing, eating the World Bank money that is coming to help Liberians, not the religious money too much. Talk to us.
Well, the reason is that this World Bank money is the low-hanging fruit, and the census money is put in a pool. The international community is raising funds and putting it in one basket, and which is administered by UNFPA. And then the government of Liberia, through legislation, only made requisitions, and then the CTA goes and verify whether the requisition is authentic, and then make the money available. But the World Bank money is sponsoring a project called HSWA, HRSWA. It has to do with strengthening statistics in West Africa. I was just Googling it, and then you called me. So the good thing is every major thing, any major project they do, they invite me at the launch. The HSWA project is a very big project. It has even established a graduate school in statistics at the University of Liberia to train statisticians. What we have around are economists, demographers. We don't really have trained technicians.
So I'm sorry, Honorable. So they are now going to the World Bank. They are going to the World Bank money because it's a low-hanging fruit.
Yes, because the religious has direct control over that funds. It's not like the census money, which is controlled by UNFPA. So where the argument has been of late, if you hear that people were trained in Banga, Kagata, other places for TOT, and they haven't been paid their DSA, is because of the reconciliation of payment, the mode of payment. Initially, when they were treating the mappers to go in the field, the World Bank through HSWA will say, I will pay the mappers, the mapper assistance. Then they will go and pay, no nurse. But when there are some logistics to be bought, then the UNFPA will buy on behalf of the pool fund, the international pool fund.
Wow, so you are confirming that this is bigger than we think, because somebody just sent me the message. It's not only leges. Someone just sending something. Yeah. It's not only leges. It's every other entity that receiving money from World Bank. They consider them a low-hanging fruit. They can play with that money. Because actually, we received a report about WFP, give account about the distribution money, the COVID food relief. They said no, WFP cannot answer to the government of Liberia to give any breakdown, to do any audit, and that whole 25 million slide off. So we will come back. Let's just do this real quick.
You have your to bend down to corruption. No, I'm not that. Firstly, I'm not one of those who are so greedy. The little that God gives me, I'm satisfied with it. So I don't crave to get so much at the detriment of integrity. No, I shall not mortgage my integrity for nobody and for anybody. So that's the gist of that letter. That letter is perfect. That letter is for Liberia to get the best. But once we are fighting to get the best for you, your own people are there. Exploit. There is nothing you do in this census that is we must meet boy, which is cronies will not exploit. No. If there is something happening in the census that they don't see that they will get ill-gotten wealth from, they will sabotage it. They will sabotage it. So when the donors
I'm sorry, guys. Listen, there is nothing you can do with this census that Wilmer Smith and the guys there, if they are not being taken care of, we allow, they will sabotage it. This man worked there forever. He's saying everything that is happening now, if these guys they're not getting the kickback, it's useless. They must get the kickback for the census to be successful. And I will go back to play just one more because I want to hear from you, Yeke.
And for anybody. So that's the gist of that letter. That letter is perfect. That letter is for Liberia to get the best. But once we are fighting to get the best for you, your own people are there. Exploit. There is nothing you do in this census that is we must meet boy, which is cronies will not exploit. No. If there is something happening in the census that they don't see that they will get ill-gotten wealth from, they will sabotage it. They will sabotage it. So when the donors wake up tomorrow morning, right now they are sleeping, wake up tomorrow morning to find out that notwithstanding all the effort to squeeze them to put money so that there is no gap, a new gap has shown his reared his head up. That's what is happening. You guys will settle the rest. I'm not part of it. Any more headache.
Yeke, before we go to audio number 5.
So you want me to go ahead?
Yes, you heard what he said. There's nothing. Anything he put Wilmer Smith got to get his cut. He and his clonings. He used the word clonings. So go ahead.
There is something that is normal in our government, the particular government that I work in. That is normal, Stanton. Let me tell you something today. You remember one time the international community, the NGO came together and said the government took the money, they should pull it back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fine. So this is something that is normal. No people will not be investigated. Have anybody distanced themselves from this recalling to say the recalling is not true? Have you heard somebody talking about it? They would not. They would not. So they need to take this thing right now. Stanton. I'm very sorry, my veteran Larry is a diplomat. So for you to get what you want to get, all of it, it's difficult for you. That will be a diplomat. He will always do the diplomat way to say, when lawmakers steal, they say embezzle. When lawmakers steal, you steal. When you are rogue, you are rogue. But the veteran, the probably to school, he will say the people embezzle. You understand what I'm saying? The issue is, as long as the final minister is putting a hand in there, getting money to do D-hole and cover hole, there will be nothing done about it. That's what the government is in the business of doing. You think what I'm saying is that the final minister cannot deny it? What I'm saying is true. That is real. And that recalling is real. I challenge them to come out now to say what the man is saying a lie. They will not. Can they do investigation? The LSCC came out and indicted those people, right? Because the final minister and other people, then knew that what the man was saying, it was going to bring disgrace to them. They said, we need to let the LSCC boss go. There were a lot of reasons why they brought the the instrument before us.
And I know we coming there, Honorable Koluba. I know we coming there. We got a lot of clip. Let's just bring in everybody one at a time. Then we will just do the 2 minutes conversation. You got to put all your best in because our audience want to hear the clip. So we'll come back to you, Representative Koluba. Let's start the audio number 5.
Republic is being mistreated and maltreated by its own sons. And what is unimaginable for me is the fact that these low class boys who mean nothing to the people of Liberia are holding the whole Liberian nation to ransom and dragging it down a path to destroy it. I don't understand. What will we most need contribute to Liberia? Sweet nothing. He's not organized. He barely knows very, very small beyond being able to read and write. He cannot use his hands to contribute anything. The man is superintending over an office where the philosophy of that office he does not even know. So his thinking is always tangential to it. He don't have the capacity to talk to the nation. And he continues to go there and causing trouble. He's going to embarrass the census. That is true. He's going to say something. He will be saying something that people are already tracking. And they're going to use it when anything happens. They're going to use it against him. And the thing about him is that he does not know why he said. The other day he was saying wrong things about the previous report. Wrong things. He does not understand statistics, and he says things the way he understands them, which are technically not correct. So those are the things that you have to be brought to book. But nothing will happen. And the man did it knowingly. That's the big thing that we need to put on the table. He did it knowingly, calculatedly, because he is seeing benefits for himself. So that's the thing. He will continue to do it. For him, the job he is doing is business. He does it to get money out of it. He got him money. So it's very clear.
Dr. Richardson?
This recording is damning. It is painful. I'm hearing this man say that they sabotage the numbers that they have in the data system, and they're doing it deliberately. They know what they're doing, and that is criminal. That's a criminal behavior. And what puzzles me is that people around Wilman Pay knows, as according to this man, it's obvious to see that he's not contributing anything. This man said he doesn't even understand the mission of liches. He doesn't even understand why liches exist, the philosophy of liches. He doesn't even understand basic statistics, okay? Which liches, that the whole purpose is to provide data for our country. Let us know what's happening in terms of development. But yet and still, the board of liches that is chaired by Samia Twe was appointed by the president, continue to hold someone who is in the business of taking money from the Liberians, stealing money from the Liberian people. This is what I'm not. You gotta be stealing, as JK has said. It gotta be some kind of cartel that is going on, that they are holding this man on to steal from the Liberian people. It doesn't make sense, and hopefully we'll make some sense out of this. But we know he's mentioned Samia Twe so far, and he's mentioned Wilman Pay so far.
Thank you very much, Dr. Richardson. Kev?
Well, I listened to the tip. Number one, I'm sensing a personal issue, especially the last tip from the gentleman. Personal issue that you have, tells me that other than what he reporting, he got a personal issue going on. Brings me to how authentic his information is because it sounds personal. Number two, I don't know. Well, maybe like real different, or maybe people different. Nobody take World Bank money. They follow that money. They check. Nobody take World Bank money. Yeah, can you talk about the nine? I think it was 9 million or so that the donors wrote a note verbal on that. They monitor every cent. But listen to this gentleman saying it took the World Bank money. Make me to question. Maybe if they were the Liberian side, you would say, okay, but the World Bank money, I gotta be a fool to believe that, because you know why? You don't take World Bank money. They monitor the money. Every cent that World Bank sent to every African country, they monitor it. They have people on the ground. Expert out there. A lot of experts are out there. Let it debunk what I'm saying. That you take international community money. You can smile all you want to smile, Dr. Richardson, because I think we have to respect each other on the show. Stop playing fun.
Stop, yeah.
Yeah, we need to stop that. You complain of that, so you need to stop that. So what I'm saying, this is serious. We cannot cannot be or saying something that or just believe something that somebody that's saying on recording. I'm arguing specifically on that World Bank money. World Bank money. These people monitor their money. They know where the money goes.
All right. Let me bring in. Thank you, Kev. Representative Youngquay, you alluded to the fact that he was talking about the low-hanging fruit and how easy to use the World Bank money compared to the latest own fund by way of the government. Can you help our brother Kev Hassan understand?
No,
and that gentleman that was in the gentleman. Let me finish, Kev. Kev, let me finish. Kev, you will come back. Kev, you will come back and talk. Let me finish, please. I want you, because our brother Kev Hassan is confused that nobody can steal World Bank money. So it will help us, help brother Kev, how people steal World Bank money, a country, and this gentleman that is on the audio, you work with him, you know him, you went to school with him. So help us, Honorable Youngquay.
Well, thank you very much. I think Kev, I like Kev. He likes to provoke some discussion. And let me make the disclaimer here. Abraham Sese had not worked with Legis directly. He had always worked with the United Nations Population Fund in Liberia as a technician to help the Liberian government do data statistics work. Secondly, Kev is right. Nobody eats international people money and World Bank money just like that. But when the project has been approved and there are monies for tires, for gasoline, for DSA, for stationery, you understand, for internet, if that budget line is already available in the Census pool fund, which is independently run, and the HSUA project, HSUA, I just Google it, is harmonizing and improving statistics in West Africa, HRSWA. It's a 5-year project. Bulk of the money is grant, and portion of it is loan that Liberia will pay to strengthen our statistics. Coincidentally, it came in the country at the time we conducted the census. So what this tape is saying, not me, is that if you were to make requisition for 5 tires for some of the jeeps to go in the field, and Census pool makes that money available, the gentleman will go and sign the same budget line in a HSUI form. The World Bank director wouldn't know because the money has been appropriated to be used. That's what this man saying he looks in both ways is talking about. Like I said, look, please, I will disappoint a lot of you guys tonight. I'm not going to go through
no, I don't want you to say it. Listen, you can tell us exactly because you are a veteran, you are a representative. You would tell us the truth. It's like when you and your brother is fighting and you go to your father or your mother and they say you die and make correction until you say, you know what, you're right, you're wrong, or nobody right, nobody wrong, but this is the right way. So I understand that nobody will walk to the World Bank and say, give me $20 million, let me eat it. But the manner in which it is done, and we are understanding, we are following through. The YesWa program you are talking about is a $30 million money that came into Liberia, 30 mil. Okay, we ain't even getting to that money yet. How it was used, whatever the case may be, we can have that conversation. But let's remain religious before we go. And thank you for helping us understand how people eat World Bank money. Thank you very much, Honorable Young Quay. Thank you, Kev Hassan. We pass you. Kev Hassan. Kev Hassan will not argue. Kev Hassan, you and myself will not argue today because Kev Hassan, we will not argue today. And I said, thank you very much, Honorable Quay. Thank you very much for helping clear the confusion within Kev Hassan's mind. Let me play this audio real quick.
He don't have the capacity to talk to the nation. And he continues to go there and it's causing trouble. And he's going to embarrass the census. That is true. He's going to say something. He will be saying something that people are already tracking. And they're going to use it when anything happens. They're going to use it against him. And the thing about him is that he does not know why he said. The other day he was saying wrong things about the previous report. Wrong things. He don't have the capacity to talk to the nation. And he continues to go there and it's causing trouble. And he's going to embarrass the census. That is true.
I think this a repeat. This is a repeat. Let me go back from the beginning. There we go.
Criminal. If he is a criminal, he's a common criminal. During the time of Ellen Johnson's life, he was a criminal. And he had to run away from this country. Now he comes back again. He's still in criminality. I mean, he boasts that anybody he puts it behind in this country, the person will feel the heat. People should take action and compromise with vested interest. May I call things by their names? I started telling you this thing a year ago and you were denying. You were denying. I've been confronting this corruption in this country for many, many years. So I had already come to the conclusion that those people who should be moral guarantors in this thing and who should be having the moral high ground actually are the people who beat corruption, who beat integrity below the belt. They are the people who compromise the whole thing. This person should not be taking big monies like this and going free. Okay? Last year, $842,000. Nothing came out of it. It left the Ministry of Finance but never went into the census account. This year, $2 million in February. Nothing came out of it. Yeah? That is in addition to all the World Bank money that was chopped in 2020. The World Bank money chopped in 2020 and the government of Liberia, 300,000 that was also chopped in 2020. You see that? Once they started with the 300,000 in 2020, nothing happened. They came to the 842,000 in 2021. Nothing happened. Early 2022, they came with $2 million, and now they are going after all the other monies now. Because these days now, William Smith is in a hurry to get rich. So they are actively working, making plans to suck all the monies out. They are just buying. Now it's buying time. Even if they buy and the census doesn't happen, it doesn't matter. They are just buying. That's what is ongoing now. Imagine the buying continues. We can say in English, buying gallop. No, but this episode in Liberian history will not go unpunished. I will tell you. This episode in Liberian history will not go unpunished. Mark it. Write it in your diary and keep. This episode will not go unpunished. The people of Liberia are going through a lot of punishment today because of a few miscreants in the system. If you're not going to punish, Judgment Day has already started though. You are not going to die and be buried before you go before Judgment Day. Even before people are dying now, they are being judged.
Honorable Cordova, before I get to you, let me bring in our Larry, Representative Youngquay. Let's go back. He went down to 2020. From 2020 up to 2022, all the money that Wilmer Smith and all of them have taken. Francis Wheeler, who is sick now and recovering from home. The comptroller pay, all of them. This man have cataloged everything. He get date, he get time, and we can announce that we spoke to him today through our sources. Spoke to him today. He will find time to come with spoon. He's frustrated. He said Judgment Day is now in Liberia. There's no need to wait for Judgment Day. Can you talk to us from your office? You're serving the people of Liberia as representative, and you oversee these things. Can you talk to us? What kind of mess we have found ourselves in?
Oh yes. Am I unmuted?
You good, sir? We can hear you.
I appear muted. Well, let me tell you, it's like your baby is terminally ill. You're rushing her or him into the operation room, and somebody is telling you to sit and talk about somebody who stepped on your feet while you were trying to get in the taxi. I merely came to see how we can rescue the census because a lot have been placed there. Over $20 million have been placed there. And if we don't take time, the next 1 month or 2 months, it's going to go into this. I thought that's what I really came to talk about. This corruption thing, who else can prove it beyond LACC? These are documented. If you don't have a hard copy, you can send your stuff to me and give it to them. I hope the soft copy is on LACC website. These things are documented. I don't let it go into it. My child is terminally ill and it's supposed to be operated. Then telling me somebody stepped on my feet while I was getting on the car. This is what you want us to talk about. Issues are there. I don't want to go into that. I'm here as an elder of the land, as a professional. The job that they are doing, I did it in Eritrea. I did it in East Timor with the United Nations. I'm a veteran. I did it for the government of Liberia for over 20 some more years before I could go to the policy making level. So I know exactly what I want. You understand? I don't want to talk about why Samuel Tour is keeping those people there. There are over 5 letters on the desk of the speaker. Even the latest one I did when we just did a down resolution to sign, so the senator can sign for the president to announce that the census has been set for the 24th of this month. I said all of those things will only be done if Samuel Tour appear before us and tell us why these guys continue to remain in the corridor. Census is confidentiality. It is integrity. If people who are indicted by no other organization than the organization created by the law of Liberia to deal with criminals or people who are found wanting, and those people are indicted, the documents are available, you leave them out and keep them in a job that's supposed to be integrity-laden, integrity-led. There's something wrong with this country. And so that question doesn't belong to me, you know? And if he had been presidential appointment, you could say, we don't tell the president to do it, why he's supposed to do it, that is right under Article 56. But these guys were appointed by the board. And the only reason, if you are a 10-year officer, the only reason you can be removed is for cause. And who else can indict you? The government agency created to look for crime indicted you, and the Minister of Justice will invest. I mean, your those since our law that was just passed has come into being, but there's no LCC to enforce it. And so we don't want to waste our time. Time is running. People are in the field. Over several thousand human beings are in the field. They call, they said the training, no gadget, no nothing. This is supposed to be a digital census, nothing. You don't train digital people manually. We're running into serious trouble. I thought we were going to talk about it. Anyway, I've already caused the legislature, the House of Representatives, to invite tripartite meeting tomorrow, the religious people, the international community people, to meet with us at 10 o'clock and lay bare before them where we are and how we can salvage whatever is left of the census process. That's what I thought we could talk about tonight. But the criminal thing, the corruption thing, the documents are there, the records are there. I mean, you can always find it LACC website or it's with people who are published. So the issue is that World Bank money, I just wanted to clarify to Kev the plan that you can eat international people money if they already be approved and you're supposed to be using it, but there is another alternative sources you can do double dipping. World Bank wouldn't know that the same thing you put in for has already be accounted for somewhere else. But the man who is in that looks at the two places is telling us that this is what has been obtaining. And it's very, very dangerous. It's deleterious to the process of having reliable data that we can use for development purposes. If we don't go through the 2022
what's the excuse? Sorry, what's the excuse Senator giving you not to appear?
Well, again, I will try to be a little bit diplomatic, as my partisan Yeka is saying. Senator has been shielded perpetually by the presiding officers. It was so for the past 3 years, 4 years, and then the last 2 years when the deputy speaker presided, it was difficult for him to appear. And when the chairman executive on Wakara Gray presided, all of those things, they protect him from appearing. We can only meet in the corridor. Oh, Pape, why didn't see you in it? Because of my professionalism, I'm part of the subject matter committee. I go there to take part in how to set the trajectory so that when the data is analyzed, it can benefit the country. So now show face there.
So let me announce.
You didn't invite me. How do I come there? But for you to appear before the plenary or he is always shielded. So, and there's no reason except by
Representative, thank you very much. We want to say thank you. And as you can see on our live feed, I think Samuel Tuet is on another form of Prisca Pauline. He's responding and giving his view to this audio. And I wish he can come and speak to the people. He using another person's picture, Nathaniel McGill, useless audio from fake men. The UNDP said it, this and this. Whenever we say this thing, folks, I want you to understand. This is Senator Mojo. This is how he operates. Now he's using Prescott Pauline, to attack and saying that it's a fake audio. And the UNDP says this and himself. This is a lie. Senator should move from behind, tapping, and following us on our live feed and come live to speak to the Liberian people. Why is he still keeping women pay and the rest of the guys on the job? Because those are his doers. Those are his guys that making to make money. Why is Samuel Tua using Prescott Pauline? Why is Samuel Tua putting Nathaniel McGill picture up as Prescott Pauline to say the audio is fake? Why are we in this business of lying to the president, lying to the Liberian people, and the president will accept Samuel Tua lives? So I want to read this to you on the radio line. And those of you that fall in Spoon Talk tonight, you can read it for yourself. Prescott Pauline is Samuel Tua. For the question remains, why he using Nathaniel McGill picture? Yeke Koluba talk to us and we're bringing Sintuman and George. This is a disgrace to Samuel Tua. This is a complete disgrace. You're going to have behind somebody's name, but you're going to use the former Minister of State, put Nathaniel McGill picture up, and using Prescott Pauline, saying that it's a useless audio. Samuel Tua, you know this guy. Why are you still covering William Smith? Why are you still covering them? You, Buffer Chimod, Abache, District Number 8, Akaris Gray, Batekwa, and all of them. Why are you in some kind of dealing? Is that a money thing? Is that a manifestation of money? And you come on our network to say this is fake? Are you serious, Amatue? Come on, man. Be man enough. Enough is enough. Well, go ahead, talk to us. Representative Yaka, talk to us. I'm going to put everything he put here, I'm going to put it up. Stop using Prescott Pauline and put Nathaniel McGill picture on it. What's that? Yaka, what is this? What's going on here?
Stater.
Yes, sir.
The veteran and the lawmaker I respect so much have just agreed with me that Buffer Chimo is the problem, one of the problems of this country. Buffer Chimo is a complete embarrassment. For me, for him, you're a diplomat, so I will not talk about him. Buffer Chimo is a complete embarrassment. I have said on this spoon that as long as we get Buffer Chimo, we will never send for any government official over there. This is a serious situation. You know how many times this paper has written for the people to come? Not because you on the show. Not because you on the show. And I'm not afraid of anybody, but I respect him. Because he's somebody with integrity. That's why I respect him. If you are somebody unintegrated, that thing he did to me in session, I was going to respond to him. But I respect him. That's why I never responded to him. And I told him, I said, Papa, I respect you. That's why I didn't respond. This old man had just agreed. This veteran had just agreed with me that those people are behind somebody covering them up. You understand? The proper problem. Buffer Chimo, Nathaniel Mangé, Samuel Tue. No, they put lack their country already. The country finished. As long as those people in position, nothing will come out of the country. Those people will take money from other places and use it to solve problems and be looking for it later to be trying to replace it. They did all the road for money. They have done a lot of money. You think Tue they don't know what's going on? I challenge Tue to sack any of those people. Like the veteran said, he has the ability. He has the key to the door. But let him sack one of them. Let him sack one of them. No reason why, no wonder why I have waiting for the house to be audited. It can be audited. Lot of things in there. Lot of things in there. So when they even call it Buffer Chimo, you think it surprised me?
Over how shameful it is, Honorable Koluba. Let me ask you this. I got to move on to Manager George. Why would Senator come on a Prescott Pauline and using the photo of Nathaniel McGill and lying to the Liberian people that UNDP said that they have distanced themselves from this audio tape? Come on, come on, man. This is a disgrace.
Yeah, but Stanton, you're not small ball on social media. Those things that will be public document. Those things will be published for people to see it. So you will not see that one? That UNDP are distanced itself? People just shameless. They're trying to cover up. People don't know how to let people desperate and angry with them. Because they're talking about eating that kind of money. No, they're saying something can bring development to the country. They want to know how many persons in the country. So money can come. So development can come. But everything has been stored. And they're not understanding it because they want their personal self, their greedy personal self, to achieve what they can achieve for their personal self. It's embarrassing. You should bring somebody that will talk to me. Don't bring a veteran. The veteran will not talk to me. They probably like diplomat. I told you. They probably, you can get nothing rough all of him. A diplomat.
So thank you very much. I'm going to play this, and I will bring you in, my brothers, into money. Let me play the second thing.
It's being mistreated and maltreated by its own sons. And what is unimaginable for me is the fact that these low class boys who mean nothing to the people of Liberia are holding the whole Liberian nation to ransom and dragging it down a path to destroy it. I don't understand. What will we most need contribute to Liberia? Sweet nothing. He's not organized. He barely knows very, very small. beyond being able to read and write. He cannot use his hands to contribute anything. The man is pretending over an office where the philosophy of that office he does not even know. So his thinking is always tangential to it. That's why when his action, you see, his action always describes the parable. That's how it is. He has a straight way of looking at things. Right now, he's rushing to buy everything. I was saying that Nigeria deserves better. You have this boy who barely went to school. He has a first degree, so he could read and write. But there's nothing he can contribute anywhere. He doesn't know the philosophy of statistics. It's very difficult for him to comprehend what he's even doing. Contributing sweet nothing. And then just looking out there as a common cream. This is a common cream.
Gentleman George, thank you for joining us tonight. It's heartbreaking. It is. You know, these guys, and they have been covered. They have been protected by folks in the government. Finance Minister Simon Tway, that served as chairman for the board, Abochie, Beaufort Chambers, Akaris Mosi Gray, Batekwa, Mervyn Cole, all of them, they are protecting these guys. And the president just sit there. We're about to play the president clip as well. After you speak, the president sit there and say he cannot do anything. The 90 days came and gone. LCC document is no more because they have changed LCC. And here we are. Corruption is at its highest peak. So talk to us, Mr. George, talk to us.
Well, I am happy that we have two lawmakers here, and these are people who have, they have strong voices. They always speak on behalf of the Liberian people. But we're in election year, and all of the two lawmakers and the rest of the 71 lawmakers are all running for re-election. Most times, we always say, you guys you have power to summon these officials before your committees or your plenary, and we say pass vote of no confidence. But I hope you guys can make a commitment to Liberian people tonight that you will put forward a bill on the floor that will give the lawmakers the teeth to bite by saying that we define vote of no confidence in the sense that we will not deal with any official government, we will not deal with anyone. We will use our power to hold the funding if they fail to come before us and fail to act to answer our questions. That means the president will be forced to act, because if I'm an official of government and the lawmakers saying that they're going to put a hold on my budget or whatever the case until we come and make some clarifications or answer questions, the president will be compelled to act, because if the lawmaker cannot deal with your cabinet minister or your director general, then you're just a lean dog person. So why you guys cannot put some to strengthen that law, strengthening that point to say, look, when we say vote of no confidence, we mean we will not deal with you. We will not have no dealing with you as official. We will have no confidence in you, and so forth. So the president will be compelled to act. I mean, Honorable Koluba and Honorable Larry, can you guys speak about that vote of no confidence? If you guys can put strength to give yourself teeth to bite.
I can take the lead.
Yeah, Honorable Yonkwa, please.
Thank you, Tumani. That's the dilemma we found ourselves in. The Constitution was structured in a way that renders our president very, very imperial. And we have to try very hard to reduce some of the strength of the president. So until that time, the legislature will continue to remain lame duck. Like I'm considering, for example, the president issued an executive order yesterday, 112, to establish an entity whereby Article 89 of the Constitution says the legislature can establish the entity, like ministries, agencies. I'm not going to stop there. The warning I'm giving, if the president does not withdraw it, we'll go to court. So we should start testing some of these things. It's unconstitutional. We seek bail. We're going to seek declaratory judgment. That is going to be the right way to go, or I can go straight to the Supreme Court and seek real prohibition on that entity from coming into force. The Minister of Transport is working. There's a department on rail. You cannot create any entity, as a president. No. And so these are issues. We will reach that point one of these days. But as it is, the president, the government has less than 12 months in power. So if they do win and come back, they will say insulate some of these things from happening. If they do not win, then we have a fertile ground to do that. We come to go to election, you may end up having no quorum at a certain point in time. So to come up with any major reform, I've been member of the governance committee and chairing it for the past 12 years or so. So I know exactly where the reforms are needed. The Senate itself is found helpless at a certain point in time. They will help the president to identify who to amend our ministries and agencies, but they don't have any control over that person after that person has been confirmed. Equally so, we will control the country in terms of making monetary financial allocations. We don't have control over the implementation. We have a classic case currently in Nimba County where the superintendent arrogated to insert the work of the caucus to pay the project management committee out of the county development funds. We are inviting him to appear before us, or we'll bring him before the plenary and tell the president we don't have confidence in this. But he could decide not to take action. But again, maybe we have to put in non-compliance posture in some of the cases before they know that we are serious. But until it can be backed by law, it have no consequence. So you are right. My project now, I'm consulting my party and to put some legal resources at my disposal to tell the president to withdraw that particular law. It is against Article 89 of the Constitution. The president does not establish institution by executive order. In the confines of your operation, you can issue executive order, but not power that does not belong to you. You can't apply it on it. And so I just thought to tell you that we are in a mood now to do some reform, and that could be just one of those things that we'll consider in the near future.
Yeke, you want to, I believe you have clarified. We are receiving information in the Senate that Vice Chairman have put a bill on the floor, vote of no confidence in these guys. I don't know when it was done, but I just received information while you were speaking. He said over a month ago, Vice Chairman put a bill on the floor. But let me say this though, Santumane, you are quite correct. To go back to the representatives, senators, it's all BS. Excuse my French. Samuel Twe is speaking to the president to say, listen, these guys aren't doing a decent job. But yeah, the mistake Samuel Twe made few seconds ago when he said that the gentleman UNDP said they put out a letter to distance themselves from this. The gentleman is Honorable Youngquay. You can let the Liberian people know you work for UNFPA, not UNDP. Am I correct?
Certainly. He's
so
a
how can
demographer like
UNDP
myself.
put out a statement to distance themselves if this guy on the audio is working for the UNFPA? What makes Samuel Twe so? I'm on the show. Let me hold it back.
Maybe that slip of the finger. Maybe that slip of the finger. They are all UN family. So he meant to say UNFPA and say UNDP.
No. It's not. It's not maybe. No. It's not maybe. It's not maybe. It's. I mean, when you don't know how to lie and you don't know how to steal, you do it wrongly. This is a lie. By Samuel Twe. This gentleman worked at the time for UNFPA. So UNDP, Dr. Richardson, have nothing on him. How can UNDP come out and say we distance ourselves from that audio? Did he send the audio to UNDP? We have not played all of the audio yet. Which one you sent to UNDP? UNDP got nothing in this but UNFPA. So again, The finance minister is lying. Again, he's covering up for Wilmer Smith and the rest of them. And then listen, before I bring you in, guys, I got to play this thing. We got to finish it up today. Again, say what you want to say. Senator is covering up for these guys. He is covering up for them. These are the guys I want you to look this. If you own the barrel of radio, those involved in corruption are legends. Francis Willett, Wilmer Pay, Lawrence George, Demo Bawokui, and Dominic Pay, the controller. Dr. Richardson, these are your boys that these guys know they are protecting. Abbott Chase protected them because Senator is asking him too. Buffalo Chamber is. We got to hear from Akaris Moses Gray. But take what? These guys now are protecting their old good friends, the buddy, Mervyn Cole. But they are going to ask you to vote for them and allow millions of dollars to be taken away by these guys. Francis Willett, he got stroke the very day we broke the information. He went out of the country. He came back. He's home. We pray to God that he's recovered. That's the best we can do as Christians. But he's sick. So after Francis Willett, Wilmer Pay that ran away from America because of allegation. Wilmer Pay that NSA, as you can see, had him under some very serious investigation. Wilmer Pay that through it all that had a serious issue.
Wilmer Smith.
I'm sorry, thank you very much. Senator, in any way possible, decided to work with Wilmer Smith. It's not Wilmer Pay, it's Wilmer Smith. Thank you, Honorable. And these are the things that we are talking about. Wilmer Smith is the only one that Senator know that will cross money to him. I am not in their pocket. They are not giving me a dime. And I will say it like I see it. Nobody will point finger and say, but I gave you some. I don't want it. So Wilmer Smith, Lawrence George, and the rest of them, who are they working for? Who are they working for? Wilmer Smith, Lawrence George, Dominico Pay, who are they working for? Should just somebody help us? Dr. Richardson, help us before we go to Yeket. I got to play the rest of the clip because tomorrow I will be playing the other one from another expert, another lady. She expressed her anger. That one is more, it's just worse. So Dr. Richardson, help us over here, please.
Ken, I know this is a tough night for you because your government, as you usually put it, is been exposed for stealing. But oftentimes when we come on this show, we do bring evidence of how your government is stealing from the Liberian people. We can go back to shows that even talk about the port of Buchanan. We can also talk about some of our religious conversation here earlier, where your government was stealing. So your government has a history of stealing. And what this man on the tape is telling us, that they tend to find these incompetent people who can't even read or understand the reason why they're in a certain position. And they will put this person there to sabotage information like data. Somebody that they can use, like say, okay, let's make this our business. We're going to allocate certain amount of money, or when money come into the country, you guys take your cut and then you give us a certain percentage. That is what is going on, and you know that very well. So I apologize to you that we have to discuss your government today, but we are here for the Liberian people. We are here to talk about how this stealing affects the development in our country. It affects our children going to school. It affects us having a better Liberia, a place where medication will not be something very difficult to find. And this is so easy to do. Your president, President George Weah, has the power to remove Minister Tue. or to have him investigated. But instead of him being concerned, Minister Toa being concerned about distancing himself from this character, this cartel, as Stanton puts it, he's concerned about whether the UNDP is distancing themselves from the audio. If he was a man of integrity, he would be outspeaking and say, I distance as chairman of the board. I, Samuel Toa, distance myself from all of the corrupt act that is happening at Legis. But he has not done that. He's concerned about UNDP. What does that tell us here today, people? This government just do not care. They don't care about the Liberian people. As the man in the tape said, it's a business of me, myself, and I, at the expense of the Liberian people suffering. We are getting tired of it. My family in Liberia is tired of it. I'm tired of it. Liberians are tired of it. How can somebody be enriching themselves? Just like they're not going to have stroke tomorrow. You see, one person already has stroke. You cannot, when we die, you cannot carry the money with you. All the money you're stealing, you cannot carry with you guys. What we can carry with us is what we allow our government to, is how we allow our government to educate our children. They can carry education with them. They can carry better health, life satisfaction with them. They can even carry the last meal they ate, whether it's rice, they can store it with them. Because we can't find rice in the country right now.
Thank you.
I was saying, Donald.
Oh, okay, go ahead. Yeah, you're talking about rice. I just don't want to get off.
No, I want to get off. I was making a point about rice. But lastly, I would say, Liberians are listening and they are tired and they are fed up. We are going to remove this government come 2023.
Are you done, Dr. Richardson?
Yes, thank you.
All right, thank you. I'm sorry, I was just eager to announce that we'll be having Dr. Togat McIntosh on the show tomorrow to discuss further on this issue. As you remember Dr. Togat McIntosh going down in history, you will understand that he was there. He was the one, you know. And this thing, Honorable Yonkwe, Honorable Koruba, you understand that Dr. Togat McIntosh, you know, he was the engineer behind this religious thing. And surprisingly, he's kind of like in tears right now. He's kind of like in tears. Why would the chairman on the board even allow these guys then to be on that job for another second? Put politics aside. This is embarrassing. What I'm hearing about this religious thing is total embarrassment. So I will give you guys 1 minute each to speak. We'll come back to the LCC issue. I will play President George Manneh we are recording when he called on OK FM. And the reason why he think it was necessary not to suspend or remove those that were, you know, those LACC Councilor Edwin asked them, say, listen, you should charge them, you should prosecute them. Why President Weah didn't do it, we'll play the clip. So let's start with you, Honorable Yonkwe. You got 1 minute, speak to the Liberian people on this issue. We'll go to Kev Hassan, Honorable Koluba, Sintuman and George, back to Dr. Richardson. Then we're going to play the President clip.
Okay, I thank you. I'd like to graduate from identifying the problems and going to the issue.
Yes, sir.
The census is at stake. The census is at stake. If what is going on, we don't put stop to it and extend it by at least 1 month, retrain, re-recruit, and retrain, and allow the international community to help the government to continue the process, we will spend almost $20 million and we have nothing out of it. So it's good that I've besieged the leadership of the House of Representatives, and we are having the UNFPA with the partners as well as Legis tomorrow at the Capitol to see the way forward. At least we are working on the talking points that we'll be discussing tomorrow. So thousands of people who are all over the country on our voice that are undergoing so-called training should know that we are at a point where we may be making decisions that may not be favorable as far as continuing with what the plan was is concerned. Today is the 19th, if I'm not lying, I'm mistaken. So we have about maximum 5 days to census when training are not even being done for two solid days with all the gadgets in the hands of the people concerned. And I thought to talk about this instead of talking about all the other ones, which are also equally important. So I just wanted to tell you that.
Let me ask you something while you close. Let me ask you real quick. We got video. People saying they are not getting paid. Folks are saying, listen, this is crazy. People, it's just crazy out there. Let me play you some of the video because you want us to talk about the way forward. Let's talk about the way forward.
Yeah.
Let me play you some of the video. Folks are crying. This is useless. Things just.
And we came here, we took our test. Our name was shortlisted. It was placed on the wall there. Unluckily for us, yesterday, when we came, they said that we should search the internet. The final listing will be coming up. After we took the altitude test, we passed the test and our name was placed. When we came down, we started searching on the internet. We haven't seen our name. Out of 110, 5 persons saw their name.
Out of 110 persons that saw the test?
Yeah. So
5 persons saw their name.
But
there was nobody name at all.
Yeah, surface. So
who are those names you're seeing on the listing?
Really, we've seen a whole lot of strange names, and we haven't seen D12 name at all on the listing. We tried, we placed call to our.
And you took your test at D12.
We took our test at D12, and we passed our test actually. And last night I tried calling the supervisor. The supervisor said it is beyond his control. In our group chat, I have to place an SOL call to this gathering today, like you see here. And we gathered here this morning. A guy from Legend, he said that he is the overhead supervisor. He was here and he spoke with me. He said that he is appealing that we should wait for now till in the evening they will find a redress. But we asked him some questions. He wasn't able to answer those questions. He said he is going for meeting.
We're going to play some of them. That's D12 campers. Let's go to the next area. And Honorable Yokway, you following this thing. This is you. You have to tell the Liberian people whether we're actually going to have this census thing and whether the opposition party, Liberian people as a whole, should accept this thing. Because it reached a place now, who knows? On another clip that you're about to hear, they say these guys then asking for money. Somebody went to Lapa Bido and gave their own stories and reported.
Your name?
Thank you. My name is Jackson F. Couture.
Tell us, you were here this morning at D12 school. All of a sudden, you cannot see your name. Tell us the process.
What is obtaining here, in the past days, we've been coming here. But besides, we wrote our leges as applicants, and we were successful, and we were shortlisted. Even as I speak, if you check the internet, you will find our names. So, leges told us that we should come for aptitude test. In fact, it was upon our own effort to have come to the center to check. Better when they told us, yeah, you should sit for test. So some people were not even informed. When we wrote
but what brought about this test and when in fact your name were being shortlisted initially?
What is good about it is, even if you bring degree, I accept that you must be tested, that you are going to do something for the people, and so they must test you. And so we were tested, and those of us, over 200 persons wrote the test, the aptitude test, and 110 persons were shortlisted again. Upon which our supervisor, one Mr. Adams, who've been with us here for days, told us that, gentlemen, officially tomorrow, in fact, all of these days that we've been here, the training have started. And so you guys have been back. And in fact, we were on ongoing attendance. So, to our utmost surprise, last evening calling Mr. Adam, he telling us we are putting the materials together. We will soon be there.
Wow.
Late in the evening, he told us, gentlemen, what is obtaining here is beyond my control. So we got shocked. We kept calling him. He said, gentlemen, you go do whatever you can do because I don't have control over.
How can you see your name for the first time and then you go and check further, you cannot see your name?
Yeah, the whole thing here, in this district, there is no center that is recognized in D12. D12 is the most recognized institution here. And those are negative. Whatever institution wants to use this place for training or whatever, this is the first contact center. How come on the website of Legis or D12 is being omitted or altogether from it?
And it was there initially.
Initially. And this is where, in fact, if you still check, on one of the centers, you'll find on D12 there. What we noticed that the people are trying to put politics in this religious thing. Exactly. You can't do that. Politics from this program. If you know that your colleagues or partisans are qualified, send them, let them go and write the test. Some of them were sitting home laughing at us, and today they are not going to the training. And so we are telling the government through legislation, we are not going to allow any tests anywhere around our centers. As we leave from here, we are...
People who are commenting on this live saying this is just all across the country. A lot of Liberians are even expressing disappointment with what is been seen. Do you think that this issue it boils on credibility, especially with Legis not seen to be doing the right thing?
Besides, if you even follow from the initial stage, Legis has been in serious error. So we are not going to, even if you want my name to be out of this thing, let my name be out. I'm on records for advocacy. The rest of the people behind me.
You are willing to go further to challenge this?
Yes, I'm willing to go further. Legis must come and adhere to the crowd, the plan of the people. The people spend money and time. Some people came from far distances. Some people lost their other small jobs. Somebody was dismissed yesterday from a school because he did not ask for excuse when he was told to be here 7 o'clock. What Legis will do about that person's family? Yeah? Legis need to do something.
So we will talk to more and more.
Thank you very much. Let me give you the chance. Let me play one more, then I will give you the time, Honorable Youngquay. This one is very interesting.
And we need to know what is going on. You just imagine, let's just have to show a center. Some of us will go there and we went to that place. There's no center existing. What is going on? We pay our money, we use our resources, energy, everything. We went to those sites and nothing is going on. Like for me, I started here to report for the church, for the church, and they assigned me to Johnsonville. I went to Johnsonville, I met the commissioner told me that no town hall in Johnsonville. The town hall commissioner told me the town hall was not even completed. So how can this be? Like my brother here, they sent him to Louisiana. They called the church. And they went to the commissioner to Louisiana. The Louisiana commissioner told them that no church exists. So they are just collecting our name, recently our own people name put it there. We start for the test. And that's what qualifies you. The first thing is apply. Second, serve for the attitude test. When you are qualified, you go straight there for training.
So from here, you guys are going to Legis now?
We'll follow this thing, we'll pursue this thing to a logical conclusion. We're not going to sit and wait and this kind of a disadvantage be taken upon us.
All right, thank you.
Honorable, that's what you get. That's what happening.
Yes, after I criticized over and over about the removal of those that are not supposed to be in the system, the dead woods must be removed, and it fell on deaf ears. And considering that a lot have been put here by the international community, so I decided that we work with whatever the system is and ensure that at least the data stock are available for developmental issues. So I decided to go for the first time to meet with the guys at Legis, and we decided to take some monitoring. I went to Senegal and came down, and what I saw was bizarre. Senegal, Ganta, Sagrepie, Banga, and of course Tap Kakata, and then networking with other people at the various countries, we discovered that if we were to force this census, considering what is obtaining, we'll not get more than 20% of the desired results. So I recommended to the presiding officer of the House, and the plenary discussed it yesterday in our executive, that we sent for these people. And from technical background, we dissolved the entire recruitment process, even though we'll not lose out on all our Liberians. They are all our Liberians. They will all be vetted. We get the number, the 70,000, 80% we need coming from that particular place, and they sit an independent test, vetted independently and deployed. Each of them going with their logistics. Can you imagine NIMBA has 16 training centers? At the time I was there, we have only 2 projectors and one generator. And this will be a digital census. So the gadget the guy is going to use in the field to collect the data, he needs to be taught on the issue. You need to go through the training with it. Up to this time we are speaking, not all centers in Liberia have received those gadgets and the generators and projectors and the rest of it. So what are you going to to be doing. Unlike previous censuses, which have been done through manual or questionnaires, this is digital. We borrowed 21,000 of those tablets from Ghana, along with their power banks. Those things need to be powered with generators at each of the centers. And then you having that kind of honor representation of those logistics. And this is why I went and impressed on the speaker and the deputy speaker that this thing cannot go on. And that's the only platform I have. I don't go to court. I don't go to the finance ministry. I go to the plenary of the House of Representatives and make the case. As a technician, we took part in 84 census. I work in Central Monrovia. I took part in 2008 census. We know exactly what it entails, and I've never seen this kind of thing before. Professionals were there, Dr. Lewis, Dr. Masale, even Honorable Gary McIntosh was my minister when 2008 census was held. He approved of the census act. He approved of the establishment of census. All of these things happened under his watch. And those were professional people handling this thing. Dr. Gedekweku, Reeves, these were people, and we were genius of them. But you have our own young brothers
that we don't know, Honorable Young
like this.
Is that something that we don't know? Why? Why are people doing this to Liberians? Why are they behaving like this?
They just talked about another beach cleaning project. You're talking about training people to give them equipment to go and enumerate. And as you enumerate a household, the number you do today is back in the war room at Census. The UN set that up so that immediately after the census, within a matter of 2 or 3 weeks, the result will be out because it will be simultaneously recorded. And those issues, we warn them that simultaneity in census is very important. Look at the countryside. Legends cars are in mud up to their roof. There is no way we could have conducted census on October 24 when the countryside is impassable. But these things fell on people, deaf ear. People just wanted to hurriedly do this thing. There is no shortcut in professional work. So I came here purposely to ensure that the meeting tomorrow with the tripartite meeting tomorrow, the House of Representatives on one side, legislators as technicians, and our international community where we expect the World Bank, the EU, the Swedish, the Irish embassies coming behind UNFPA for us to look at this issue together. I have given them my 11 points things that when we do, things will be okay, period. The payment, the money must be in a bag, and you deploy the man, you give him a DSA. There must be centralized fielding. You can't say you're giving the man father to go look for food to eat when you have instructional time that is so fixed for the man to have something, in his head to utilize for the digital collection. Then you say the man should go look for food, and you expect to be by in time. These are issues I have suggested, and I hope they will be taking a good fit. If it's not done, I'll wash my hand out of the census, and it will fail.
Wow, let's hear the personal response, Honorable Yeke, Sentiment and George, Kev Hassan, Dr. Peabody, on Freedom FM. When I asked why the LCC report, what's going on with the LCC report? Folks say according to the law, the president got 90 days. But let's play this. For the sake of the conversation, let's see what's happening.
Is that this now of government is I don't even know what to say. It is not
Is that the president just said he really don't know what to say?
But you don't know what you
can we go back again? Can we go back? Folks, please. The Nigerian people will say are the bad. This is about legis. Is that the president just said? I don't even know what to say. Honorable Yeke, please. Honorable Yeke, please. We gotta have you in order here, please. This is very serious about Liberia. I want you to listen. I want you to listen. I want you to listen, please, because we got to get it straight. LCC submitted the report to the Justice Minister Musa Din. Musa Din took that report to the president's office. But prior to taking the report, the president had an interview on Freedom FM. He called in. They asked him this question. I hope you're ready, guys. We got to listen to our president, His Excellency, Dr. George Manawia. His reply.
The government before that don't believe in the democratic process where everybody have to go to jail and Even for poor human rights, you arrest them, they say something. I mean, if someone accuse somebody, the person have the right to face the law. The person is not going to get arrested because they are put in jail because somebody said that the person do something. Believe in the rule of law. And that's why we did everything through the parliament to make sure that Liberians have their human rights. When they are accused, they cannot be beaten. They cannot be jailed for long. They have right to justice. So the justice system is there, and we have the right to use the justice system. And when that person is guilty and charged, and then of course the law will take a course. So once someone wants the president, every time they accuse somebody, the president will arrest the person and put them in jail. Is that how you want to run government? We believe in a democratic system. We believe in human rights. So what we do, we allow the justice system to take precedent. So then they give us the final. Yeah, Mr. President.
Before the journalist asks his question, I want to say thanks to Freedom FM. But before the journalist asks his question, guys, you following us on social media. You know exactly what we are talking about. Legis, the president of the Republic of Liberia. Document was submitted to him. Agriculture, Liberia Water and Sewer, Legis, LPRC. The president has not done anything. The recommendation after Gantak retreat, we got to change the law. We got to amend the constitution, the law that governs Legis. Bring in new folks and say you have to apply. That's what it say. But then the president called on Freedom FM, Dr. Richardson, and they asked him. So step by step, let's give our Liberian people the chance to understand the president. Forgive me and allow me to play this again. Step by step. This is very important, corruption. But this is the president reply. This is what the president said from the beginning. And Liberian, you, George, you decide. President George Manawia.
This is not a government. Is I don't even know what to say. It is not
The president said he really don't know what to say, Dr. Richardson.
So the president is right. He is demonstrating his incompetency. He does not know what to say when it comes to allegations that have been made against people in his government. He doesn't know what to do. And it makes sense because we have seen that he had 90 days, okay, to prepare a report to bring these people to book, and he did nothing about it. He does this kind of free talking that says that I believe in human rights and democracy. It's all free talk. It's all election talk. It's all talk to malign the Liberian people. That's what it's about. He doesn't do anything to enforce the issue of democracy in the country. 90 days have long been gone. He was supposed to move the information from his desk to the Justice Ministry, and that did not happen. So when you do not punish people for doing wrong, you either support it or you are involved in it, you're getting some kind of benefit from it. And I will conclude by saying that the president is incompetent and is involved in this type of stealing.
Thank you. Yeke Koduba, just where we are, Honorable Koduba, Representative Koduba, the president said, I don't even know what to say. Speak to us.
Stanton, let me tell you something. Smith to be gave the president a hard time. When he decided for the president to get on the show something to say something about the legis, something about how people should be arrested, all that kind of thing, the president was not in the position to talk. Smith to be didn't compare the president to talk at that moment. Let me tell you why he was not in the position to talk. The environment where he was sitting, the president was hard, no control. Very, very hard. He said, the people advised that he shouldn't talk. Smith said, no, the program was already playing for the president to speak. It was announced. But the president not wanted to talk. So that's why he said, I don't even know what to say. Because he was hard, no control. What he really said, or the
You're too much.
So tell me, who understand about the Akuri was speaking or Agrubo?
Thank you. Sentimony Josh.
You know, first I would say, look, if no matter who becomes president in the next 395 days, there should be no reason why Buffett Chambers or Abbott Chair should be in a position they hold in the next administration. Should not be speaker, should not be pro tem. You know, honestly, they have failed as head of the branch of the Senate and the House. They have failed the Liberian people. They have failed the people. They have failed. They are not leaders. They are incompetent. I have no confidence in them. The second thing is that we are sitting here today, NEC having problem too. The National Elections Commission, who charged for the general election, and only because the commissioners, who are part of that commission, I think they are afraid because if they talk, there are people who are backing the chairperson of the Election Commission and the religious boss. There are people in authority who are backing them, so they are afraid that if they speak up, there will be retaliation. And then you heard the video. The people took tests. Now somebody trying to give some partisans their jobs because of the election coming, so they want to, okay, we want to satisfy you. And I like the fellow. He said, forget about me. If I'll be sacrificed that I won't get a job, no problem, but I will speak for the people. Okay, it's just unfair. You give people tests, then you try to those who not took the test, you want to put them there, whatever the case, because they have some political affiliation with you. It's unfair. And I'm sorry, but what's happening? The Liberian people are watching. And no matter how much influence you think you have, financial inducement, I'm sure the people they're not stupid. They will come eat your money, eat your food, and at the end of the day, I'm sure, positively sure that they know what's good for them. Because like the two lawmakers, I'm happy that they are here and they are Representative Larry Young. I'm happy that you said something today that is important. You will test the system, the legal process. It's about time we do it. Go to court. Today in America, the former president, he got about 5 lawsuits on him. He about to face indictment. I'm sure before the year end, we hear something on Trump. How you do test the system? Simon Freeman said it here. We don't use our court system, so most of the time we just give up. You use the system. Let the world watch. See whether the Supreme Court or the courts will come and look at the facts and compromise it. I mean, I'm happy that you want to court for certain issues. It's important because it's shameful, it's disgraceful, it's embarrassing what we're hearing today on these tapes and what's happening in our country. And you see,
so what do you say about the president? Said, well, I don't know what to say.
I mean, honestly, listening to that interview, the president was unprepared for that interview. It was like maybe they said just come and talk to say something. Because when I talked to the LSCC boss, he said, "Look, I don't know why the president even allowed to come and make comment on our issue because the report had not reached his desk at the time." Okay, but he should just, like I said, maybe somebody around the president said, "Look, go and talk." But I think he was ill-advised to make that interview. Honestly, he should have. You should either consult a justice minister or a legal advisor. So before he makes comment on such an issue of that nature, it's very important that you consult your.
So the 90 days have expired. The 90 days gone. But they were saying, well, the president got 90 days, 3 months, nothing.
But
we bring back to the latest issue.
Or I wouldn't know what LSC, all the cases that they have.
Yeah, they said they're going to court, but we just here. We back to square zero. And folks just stripping everything and say, let's go to censor, let's do censor to do.
Lastly, just to butcher what you said, I'm informed that Vani Sherman now put a bill before the floor for vote on no confidence bill. So we'll watch the Senate carefully, but I pray that and hope that the Senate the House should make sure that the legislative should not be in charge of the censors.
But let me ask Honorable Youngquay, let me ask you a question though. Do you think any one political party can sue the government? Help us to understand. Kev, you will come. Please be patient. Kev, you will come. Please be patient. Honorable Youngquay,
Yeah.
Can anyone sue any political party, any individual sue the government to put halt to the census?
Oh yeah, you have to ask yourself whether you have standing. If you are a citizen of Liberia, you are a taxpayer, you have a standing. You are a political party, you are recognized as a constitutional person. You have a standing, and if you can prove it beyond doubt, and I'm telling you as a technician, you have everything is not in order at all. So that can be done, but the level at which we are going, I think we will not reach that point. But everybody has the right. Citizens group can go and issue writ of prohibition and catalog all the reasons why the census should not go on, so that we cannot waste taxpayers' money and as well as international community people's money. Some of them went as far as Vancouver and Ottawa and Stockholm to United Nations
As a
conferences
representative,
Mhm.
if you think that it's not going the right way, are you allowed to speak to the partners? Why can't you call those in charge
Yeah,
from
I just told
UNFPA? Please help me.
I just told you that our first day meeting yesterday was the first of our last sitting, and I decided to accentuate the issue of the census even on the first day of our sitting. And we had a meeting that led to the citation of the partners through the UNFPA. And then legislature itself, plus the leadership of the House. So the tripartite meeting is being held tomorrow at the Capitol building with the position of finding, with the hope of finding a way forward. We are very clear about it. They have brought in money. Government Liberia put in more than 6 million. Whether it hit the account or not, at least that's what we know. Even though initially it was supposed to put 3 million, but when the corruption saga came, I don't know for what reason, they decided to send some money as a damage control. So that money is there, and the people are still generating more resources through international community. We can't sit here and it goes into breeze. So the only thing we can do is that the next 30 days, we ensure that we move the census night from October 24th to November 24th, and then clear all the backlog. The payment must be done, feeding must be done, logistics must be in place, and we will roll out our feet to ensure that we intensify our supervisory role, which is given to us by our rule of oversight.
And
If
you are
that one
saying that,
fails,
but not with the same guys, not with the same guys, not with Wilmer Smith, not with all of those folks that are there right now.
well, like I said, I'm diplomatic about it. I decided to be. I mean, the presidency does not know what to do. I don't know.
Let me go to Kev Hassan.
The LSSC report was not
Let me bring in Kev Hassan. Kev.
When Kev finish, can I ask a question?
Yeah. After Kev, I'll bring you in Dr. Richardson. Kev, please.
You know, I can understand this is election time. I can understand that folks on the panel, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 of them on the panel are from the ANC. So I know exactly where they're going. So they can do anything, you know, as a lawmaker.
How about the recording, Kev? The guy who's speaking, Dr. Census, he ANC too, huh?
I really want to correct, man. I really want to put myself, because I don't want to say something that it would go wrongly.
Thank you. Please continue. Thank you.
Can you protect me here? I don't want to say
Dr. Richardson, we shouldn't interrupt, Kev.
Yeah, I don't want to say something then it become a firestorm. Seriously. Okay. You know, what I'm saying, lawmakers here, you guys are here. You know very well that the new law the president signed, the 3 months of the LSCC, which is not there no more. Nobody's speaking on it. They want the people to understand that the president, if LSCC pass any law, they have given them power. The LSCC do have power. You know that. But because it's election time, people want to play games. That's the wickedness of the opposition black. You, both for your lawmakers, you know exactly that 3 months gone. It gone. It's not in the new LCC law. But you're still not saying it. You want the people to hold the president. You want to put it down on the president's lap because at election time. Why you guys cannot call the LCC boss or call for you to ask a tough question? But you will come on radio and social media to talk about things that you can do right right at your their office or your in a house. You guys can do it. But the misleading information, you know, we are talking about tip, about individual who was relieved by the UNFPA. Listen to that tip. Because, you know, people just want to play a game. You see how personal you're going. You can tell that he got personal anger. There is nothing on that tip that I will mark census unless people want to be political. If they were other way around, people would start digging. Listen to the way he talk. Listen to the way he talk. But anything to bring George Manuel Weah government down is welcome to some folks. Oh, that's a precedent. That's a precedent. CEO, everybody went two times. I said quietly.
Kev, can you please speak back?
We don't have time to talk. So, you know, let me have my time.
Yeah, but we cannot give you all their time, Kev. Everybody spoke. I gave them 1 minute. We gotta play the precedent recording, Kev. Please hurry up.
You know, the propaganda is so telling. It's so show. It's so open. When we want to play tape on the show and bring out the opposition, people say, "No, don't do it. It's wrong." And they get away. But now everything, they want the president. Everything. Oh, put the president to go down. I know a lot of people will be disappointed next year. They will be really disappointed because the Liberian people saying the truth. The Liberian people know all this is politics. Liberian people know you cannot walk and take World Bank money. Would the honorable man say, "Oh no, yeah, that's true. You can take World Bank money, but you can take it in some other way." What other way? Why the World Bank people not coming up? Why they not making statement? The last time with the money, when they use the money for a different purpose, what did they? They wrote a note about only. Why they not coming up? But it's good. It's good music for the opposition. It's sweet to come on and just beat on the president. Folks enjoy it.
Thank you, Kev.
People run to come and watch. Oh, the numbers will go up because it's good for them. But it is wrong. And the Liberian people will see how folks using things. Look at the face that talking tonight. Look at the face that talking tonight. They will go around. The president. All of them have a motive. All of them have motive. All four of them have motive. They have motive.
Thank you, Kev.
We cannot be doing that. Why the lawmakers?
Thank you, Kev Hassan. Thank you very much.
They should be putting, the president.
Yeah. So, guys, we're going to be playing the president recording where he called on Freedom FM. Again, Kev, sorry. We cannot help you. I know you're a nurse. These things actually come from another place in life. We cannot help you if you just fail to understand. It's just that, and I will say this, it's not because you are saying it means that it's correct. It's not because you are saying it means that it's the fact.
Not because the tip they mean.
It's not because you are saying it non-verbal. Because somebody texts you and say non-verbal, you use non-verbal. It's wrong. You don't have nothing. You don't have nothing.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I love that response.
You don't have nothing to show about non-verbal.
No,
you don't have nothing to show that it's non-verbal. You got to learn from Honorable Larry Youngquist.
Come here and saying something.
You got to stop being deceived. Stop allowing Samatua to lie to you and deceive you. There's nothing you talk about non-verbal.
Samatua flying.
This is wrong.
Samatua flying as we speak.
This is wrong. So they do not have internet on the plane. He watching the show right now. Don't say he's lying. We travel every day. He watching. He can text. You say that non-verbal. You need to stop, okay?
People smarter.
The Liberian people, you are quite right. They are smarter than some of us. And these things will come out. But we have to play the president clip. Larry Youngquest, we want to say to you that let me just go back to this clip. The Liberian people want to hear the president reply. LDCC, they destroyed it. They brought in the new LDCC, the new LDCC. And, you know, Senator Kima and Laz say UNDP distance themselves from the audio. We know who the gentleman is. He worked for UNFPA. He's a distinguished gentleman. He tried to do that which is right for the country. He has been relieved. And he wasn't relieved. His time is over. His time is over. They beg him. Kev Hassan, we will speak one at a time, my brother, please. His time is over. They beg him to stay. He said he cannot stay because the people of Liberia they are not serious. Senator Stay allows Wilma Smith one at a time, please. You beg me that Dr. Richardson shouldn't interrupt you. Please don't interrupt me. You beg me that Dr. Richardson shouldn't interrupt you. Please don't interrupt me. Please. For the sake of good heaven. Mr. Hassan, please do not. We understand that it's a comfortable. This time is uncomfortable for you. Please do not interrupt me, please. We understand where you're coming from.
You know what I'm comfortable? It's a misleading information.
We understand where you're coming from, please. For the sake of God, don't do this. This is a very uncomfortable time for you. I asked Dr. Richardson not to interrupt you. Don't interrupt me. Let's play the president reply because Mr. Youngquest got to go home. It's 10:30 in the country. So let's play the president.
The government before that don't believe in the democratic process where everybody have to go to jail and even for pro human rights, you arrest them, they say something. I mean, if someone accuse somebody, the person have the right to face the law. The person not going to get arrested, the person put in jail because somebody said that the person do something. They don't believe in the rule of law. And that's why we did everything through the parliament to make sure that Liberia have their human rights. You know, human rights.
Let us pause this thing. Sentiment and George. I like what the president said, right? Liberia is a rule of law, Honorable Youngquest. But what was this president when he suspended Miguel and Miguel had to resign? Just because the pressure came from America? What was this statement when he suspended Serena Seaforth, Bill Traore, and they had to resign? Folks, where was the rule of law? Why is President we are defending these guys? Why? Why is President we are talking about rules of laws and he had to change legislative system just to accommodate those folks that are stealing from the Liberian people? Let's face it. What was President we at when he came over for a hasty decision? Because America said we put them on sanction, President we were fast to suspend them and ask for the resignation. Oh, because this is from a Liberia entity, so no respect? Because this is from Councillor Edward Clark, so there's no respect? Or because this is from a place you call Liberia, President Weah will not respect the system and respect the law of Liberia? Only American law the president will respect. Only the American decision the president will implement. What was the precedent? When LCC came up with a report, the findings, he defended and said, we got to wait. These people got to go to court. These people got to be given due processes. Why you couldn't say that about Miguel? Why you couldn't say that about, oh, because it was America. The big brother said, take action. Oh, because President Well was coming to the UNDP and wanted to meet Kamala Harris. Oh, don't forget, they were still negotiating to meet President Biden. So he had to take action. It's terrible, guys.
Stanton, the President Biden African summit is almost here, and the president has been invited to attend. And I'm sure there will be scores of journalists in Washington D.C. They'll be there, and I know some Liberian journalists in America.
I'm gonna be there.
Okay,
I can announce I'll be there.
You'll be embedded with the crew there, and the question will come about, these and on that kind of a international stage, question will come about training developments in the country. And I just pray and hope the president will come prepared. He won't be facing Liberian journalists or journalists that maybe will ask questions that softball questions. You have questions. The National Press Club will be there. You guys, they don't. I mean, you saw President Salib in front of one of the journalists one time. She had to walk out. You have these journalists before in Washington D.C. They'll all be there, and Liberian journalists will be there. You will be there. Other people will be there, and they'll be embedded with the journalists there, and they will ask these questions. President can be prepared to answer these questions. And especially so with the census is a very important thing in our country. The census, and then the issue of corruption they've been talking about. Donald Banks talk about it. Linda Griffith talk about it. President Basil McCarthy talk about it. And these will all be part of the.
I can assure you, Timothy Josh. I just don't want to say it. Somebody prominent today watched the show yesterday. They spoke to me, and they are sharing our program with those folks, and they are asking them. They are going to listen to it. The corruption outrageous. I can announce on the show because they want me to. They are sharing the program, the recording, and the massive corruption with the congressional folks and those that are looking at Liberia. When I received the call, I think before you called me to Money George, I felt somehow. And it was true what the gentleman said, Honorable Yankwe, that he spoke to people in Washington, D.C. It was true. The gentleman that on the audio.
Yeah.
And I would say this to Liberians tonight. Better days coming. We can sit down, we can laugh, we can joke, we think it's so fun. It's not joke no more. These audios are audios that are very disturbing. The fact to keep Wilmer Smith and the rest of them at a position that they are enriching themselves, they better question why. Why? So Liberian, you should buckle up. And we'll make the announcement because you know why? The president said he doesn't know what to do or what to say. I will play the rest of the president answer, and then we will leave the show for tonight. We need to do better. And accuse me, say what you want to say about me. But in history, you will not say I didn't fight for the better Liberia. Say what you want to say about splendid work. But in history, you will say, yes, these guys tried their best for the better Liberia. It's not Mr. Cummings, it's not Mr. Bwaka, it's not about George Manawea. It's about the people of Liberia. That we will sit down and say enough is enough. When we walk through Newcomb Town, West Point, Claratown, Logan Town, we go visit Grand Bassa, Nimba, River G, River Cess, Maryland, Kipman, Bombing, Nimba, all those places, Sando, Grand Crew. We will tell the people, for your children, for your mother, your grandparents, for your great-grand and the next generation, vote wisely. Some of us are good, thank God. We are praying for you. We are fighting for you because we know what it means to give another 6 years and you allow yourself to live in poverty. We know what it means. Another 9 years to a senator and you allow yourself to be beggar, knocking on the door every day. To give a president of 6 years in power that will allow massive corruption, you have to think twice. Every day we will say it. Whether we're on the radio or we're just on Facebook, we will say it. We will knock doors. We will speak to our brothers and sisters. and we will say enough is enough. Why the president? Can I ask Samuel Twe, the board chairman, to allow these guys to go? Why Samuel Twe? Can I ask his friends, say, you guys need to go. It's about time. Why? Why Samuel Twe would just sit there and few guys, Francis Woodard, Wilma Smith, Lawrence George, Daniel Pay, Gemon Bawo Kuya, why would they be the only people to rape and enjoy and destroy the country's census system? That we always sit here and just think lawmakers will protect them. Abuchi, Buffer Chambers, Akaris Moses' great name is in it because they're taking them on the side to have meetings. Are you sure you want to give Abuchi another time? Are you sure you want to give Buffer Chamber another 6 years as speaker? Abuchi, a senator, man? Come on, guys. The road leading to your home, your county, is the worst in the country. Go and ask Zopena. The road leading to your district is the worst. And you want us to sit on the show and celebrate a false, fake achievement? For 5 years, we are entering the 6 years. Amen, my people, Liberia. What's the benefit? What have you achieved? Since you allowed this government, what's your benefit? I know we're not hold Honorable Yanko because he got to go. I don't want to say this over and over, but it's painful to hear our president say, I don't know what to say.
Nigerians have their human rights. You know, when they are accused, they cannot be beaten. They cannot be jailed for long. You know, they have right to justice. So the justice system is there, and we have the right to use the justice system. And when that person is guilty and charged, and then of course the law will take a course. So what someone wants the president, every time they accuse somebody, the president will arrest the person and put them in jail. Is that how you want to run government? We believe in a democratic system. We believe in human rights. So what to do? We allow the justice system to take precedent. So then they give her the final. Yeah, Mr. President.
Go ahead. Let me give you the time to land your thoughts, and I'll comment.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. President. Now the Anti-Graft Commission, which is the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, I've already come up with their investigation and found out that these 3 individuals, or 5 individuals, were linked to corruption. They did things that were not in accordance with the international best practice. So you, as the commander-in-chief and president of the Republic of Liberia, are you going to have them, suspended or pending, investigation, or what is going to be your next plan of action?
What is that the final verdict of the founding, or the president?
The investigation was conducted by the LACC and the found that Jenna Cooper, who is the Minister of Agriculture, misused $180,000 that she cannot give account of, and Monsuri Momo, who is also the Deputy Managing Director at the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation, was also linked to corruption, where monies that were paid into the name of the company were diverted into his personal accounts.
Okay, but thank you for the information, and I show that the agency talk about work for the Liberian people and the government. So I don't have information.
Did he just say thank you for the information?
Yes, and he also said, I don't have information.
I know the clip is old. Honorable Young, you got to go. I'm sorry. Did the president just tell the journalists, thank you for the information? Then the information were out there.
Okay, so let me thank you guys for the opportunity for us to elaborate on issues that we feel very passionate about. It's not the normal political thing. When it's time for it, we talk it, but the census is our heartbeat. And I just wanted to say, Brother Keith, that crime is not, there's no statute of limitation. The president can decide not to do anything about those that are being indicted, but the case can still be lifted up when appropriate time comes. And you mentioned about the 90 day has gone out of the law. Yes, we passed that law. I was on the joint committee that passed it at the lower house. But this law is younger than the indictment. The indictment was there before the law could be passed. So whether or not the 90 days was still useful, if the president had political will, he wouldn't have gotten rid of those, the gentlemen that presided over the documentation of those indictments. It didn't show any political will on the part of the president. So you
Before
said
you go,
the war ban had not made...
I beg you, before you go, why is it, Alex, a gentleman used to complain, he used to cry out there that he fought against the system of corruption at Legis. His name is Alex. Why is he working? Where is he? What's going on with Alex? Have they?
Alex,
did they remove him?
Alex, no. I listened to Alex when I was in the States, and he appeared on your show. And when I came home, Alex, because the thing was so bizarre, the Capitol building sent for Ellis and the entire team to appear before the plenary, which they did. He made his case, and then the Honorable Ray and his colleagues made their case, and there was a report on it. But where we stand now, Ellis tells me, when I visited the Legis house, Ellis tells me that he's comfortable with his Deputy Director General for Statistics. He's not going to be census coordinator because he knows that if the process continues the way it is, it's doomed. And he didn't want to associate with anything. He, as a professional, didn't want to go into something that he didn't have control over. So Ellis is still serving as Deputy Director General for Statistics and Data Processing at Legis, but he is not having anything to do with the census. I think they acquired the service of Dr. Judah S.C.D., the head of the Institute of Population Study at the University of Liberia, who is holding now as coordinator of the census. I don't know whether you will have control over that, because it's not only about data collection, it's about deployment of resources, it's about training, it's about recruitment. And if he got in the middle when those things are being done and partisanship and all are changing hands, and I just hope he won't reach a point where he will regret. But this is where we are. Ellis is there, but Ellis is the second person. Actually, by law, the law that created Legis, Mr. Smith should not be acting.
Exactly. He should have been acting.
But he is being forced there. And what I know as an oversight person is that they have been having series of board meetings, and the board had resoluted that Ellis should take the position of the acting director general, but they will say it, but they don't effectuate it. And then the board, the way it is constituted, it is multi-agency board. The Ministry of Health, Ministry of Education, Agriculture, those population-related agencies are the ones that are on that board. And all of them are subjected to Samatua. He also approved of their budget and the rest of it. And so when you see him reticent in acting on some of the crucial issues, the only way we reach now is where we are. We cannot take a step now with this census. We either cancel it.
Samatua just don't like. Samatua just don't want.
Indicting people, but the census cannot go on with what we have on. So indictment. So thank you very much for the opportunity.
No, I want to say thank you, sir. We appreciate you. Thank you.
So the war ban people, if you want to hear from them, wait, they have time to audit people. When the time comes for them to audit, and they just post what they are auditing with that of the budget line of the UN fund for the census, which they also are putting a lot of money in, that's the time you will know when there's duplicity, they will start asking questions. So don't tell me the war ban. Thank you very much. And anytime I'm available to come to discuss hard politics or whatever it is, I'm prepared. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Larry. We appreciate you. Thanks. All right, all right. So I know we hang around with our brother. He called himself my brother-in-law. Yaka Koluba. Honorable Koluba, I don't know whether you still want us to play the president reply, but we have played enough. Talk to us, sir.
Okay, and Stanton and the team, you know the Constitution talk about due process. The Constitution also talk about not being guilty until proven guilty. You know, we have said over and over that the president do not respect the rule of law. The president do not respect the Constitution. The president said when he was taking the oath of office, he said he will uphold and protect the Constitution of this country. The president have just proved to us that Natana Magi is a criminal, Betuawe is a criminal, what his name, the LG is a criminal. Because the poor never sent to court. There was no process followed. They were not given due process. They were not sent to court for them to be guilty. And that is why we are saying, I am saying, by the time the town reach for registration, will be ready election commission not to register those people because they are criminals. Let them take you from what the president did. We will also proceed to court. Reminding the people law is very clear. The people say we're not going against the Constitution, but we say no parliament do business with the people. So let us wait and see if the people will run. People are saying, oh, the Constitution said they will run. If they have Constitution provision in the place that say you are not guilty until proven guilty, the president is going to respect that. He did not respect it. They don't go through the due process. Look, stand up. Nothing will come out of the thing. You know why nothing will come out of it? Because everything that go on in a country is done with the consent of the president. This is a grave allegation. Okay, the disclaimer that the former minister say the UNDP polar. Can he share with you? But you ain't friendly. Why are not friendly today?
You know they didn't. They didn't. Yeah.
That what I know. Yeah. That what I know. Because if it were there, that may get big mouth. Time that he finish sending it to you. Time that he finish sending it to Kev to pull it up. But they don't have it. They don't have it. They put their come and make Margaret all of the Liberian people. It's wrong.
Thank you.
So the president
you're going to hang with us because we're going to the phone line. We need to hear from Liberians tonight. It will be the right thing to do. We're going to open the phone line, this religious thing. Tomorrow, by God's grace, we're having Dr. Toga McIntosh. And I think Mr. Firma should be joining us tomorrow, too. Then we will bring in another expert, Dr. Richardson. She had a lot to say. It's crazy on that recording. She said she's done. She left. She said she's done. So when folks think that this is just a made up clip, then you are in La La Land. She said, I'm done. They call names. We can give you everything. We're just here for only 3 hours, the max. So bear with us and join us again as we play all these recordings. We'll be reaching out to the folks out there, and I think I will bring this gentleman that's on this audio on the tape. He doesn't care. You say, I'm an African. I'm doing this for Liberians. And you want to talk to Liberians. This is not about politics. This is about the right thing to do. Enough is enough. Aaron Kuben, can you please? Let's open the phone line. A lot of Liberians out there hearing us. It's heartbreaking, man. It is.
Okay, so the number to call is 0777-777-1075. We already have lots of calls coming in. Let's take this person here. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Hello?
Calling from Iron Ground.
Quiet.
I want to say to the CEO, I want to say thank you very much for bringing an important topic before the Code of Public Opinion. So, CEO, let me tell you, it is unpredictable for people to even tell whether you belong to the CPP or you belong to the CDC or which political party you are belong to. Because one of your guests on the show always accusing you of being a CDC partisan. But he concludes that you are neutral person. And I want to salute you down, CEO. for playing a devil advocate. But the recording that you play, CEO, that recording, in that recording, I listen to the president. The president said he respects the rule of law. For me, I don't look at the grammar, but I look at the logic. So respect the rule of law.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Leonard. That's welcome.
Hello?
Go ahead.
I do a finish.
Hello?
I said I do a finish. We told the people that those people will now work to be your leader. But you make care to man to man's wealth, so I say we finish.
Okay, thank you. Let's take this. Welcome. Wow. Let me take this person from this side. Welcome.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, you are live.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Thomas Van calling from the Puebla Road.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this goes directly to the CEO for me, and I just want to apologize to Spoon FM because on a very serious note, this morning the school my two children attending, they were put out of school, and I spent all of my money they feel they running behind the Census thing until I have no money today. I have to go to the school to apologize to the school so my son can stay in the school for some time so I can hustle.
So what's the point now? What's the point?
Yeah,
Are you referring to the issue? Are you referring to the issue on discussion?
Hello, yeah, the issue you're talking about the Census.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I'm saying, I said this few times, all of my money I had to spend it behind this Census thing here until my two children were put out of school. Right now, I got a manual with me. I've been reading the manual. That the things that I was studying is just for me to hear the representatives saying that they did my big cancer. The few times we lost, we been going on under the training. Nobody giving her anything.
Thank you.
We have no food to eat, no water to drink.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Let me take this person. Welcome.
Yeah, how you doing? I'm Lawrence Day. I call you for Power Time.
Go ahead.
So I want to ask the CEO a question. In the president recording that he played, so the only thing I made sense when the president said, I don't know what to say. I have nothing to talk for you. He didn't say anything what the president said, but the only thing was, I don't know what to say. So again, you get about use of water. The president was having a the interview, and nobody questioned him. So it doesn't know what we should do now. Go with you and you boss. I get what I want to say is there. He is there.
Okay, thank you. Let's take this person. Welcome.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Let's hear you.
I'm Joseph and Lani is Kennedy.
Go ahead, Kennedy.
CEO, thank you for the program. But one I have to say, CEO, you cannot be using a platform and get other man who is sitting on your platform and continue to insult the president by saying that the sitting president is high and you are not saying anything. I think it's not decent. You have the right to have an opinion, but you cannot allow your reporter who don't know who you say you sit on the seat to be insulting the president. You are not saying anything. It's not correct.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Let's take can we take more calls, CEO?
Sure, definitely. Take a few more calls.
Okay, let me take this person. Welcome.
Hello?
You are live. Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is James Tikanga and I'm from my capital Papa resident.
Okay, let's hear you.
Yeah, CEO, it is a very sad day in our country. In a sad moment to see the kind of a thing happening. This school board that we voted for, we ran behind, we printed our t-shirt, we're on in the ring. Son, hoping that he could change our country from bad to good. We say he ate Gary. We believe in him so much today. Wrong things are going on a watchful eye and he refused to take action. I'm very disappointed in this president that stood on the ring and then so on to his life.
Thank you,
I'm highly disappointed in him.
Thank you. Welcome.
Yeah, my name is Jeremiah Sherry and I'm doing audition number 10 beside Michael Sally.
Quiet.
Yeah, about me, I'm a regular follower of the show. I can know doing about maintenance from the CEO for about a kind. I think he made mention that wanted to meet all Liberian, but you wanted to meet Yeke Koliba. And I know the reason why he said this because of a pros and cons. He just able to be on the show and laughing, respond anything to it, but he really said, I don't know what to say. I expected him to respond to that.
Everyone, hold on. Let me say something to what the gentleman said. So when we're in Liberia, my friend, every one of us met Yeke Koliba. He was at the hotel with us. He drove along with us to Farmington Hotel. He spent some time with Kev Hassan, myself, and everyone. So I hope you are following our activities because we met everyone, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And we met Yeke Koliba. Okay? So probably you didn't know, and I thought of just letting you know. What we are discussing is legis. It is disturbing. It is frustrating.
Yeah.
It's not about president feelings. It's not about what the president thinks. It's about what is good for you. I may ask you, what are you doing right now? Which school your children are attending? Which hospital your mother, your father will visit if they are sick? Have you eaten today? Have your kids eaten today? The healthcare system, the education, the well-being. Where are you right now? How old are you? I will ask you all these questions to say to you, if you are okay with the 5 years of this government, God bless you. If you are not okay with the 5 years of this government, then you make a decision. To each his own. But as a Liberian like yourself, a brother to you, somewhat, some way, I would say sit down and think. Another 6 years given to representative, president, 9 years given to senator. Think twice before you go to the voting booth. Think twice and say, what will become of me 6 years to come, 9 years to come? Will I still be a beggar? Or will I be in a comfortable place and my children will be living a better life instead of begging? I want to say to you and all of you that call on the show, it's not about the feelings of your politician, your political leaders. It should be about you. It should be about you, your tomorrow. It should be about you. Not about getting the peanuts today and eat and begging tomorrow. Not about having a 125 kg bag of rice and say that's it. It's about you. It's about next year. It's about the year after. It's about good health, good education. It's about you traveling and say, yes, I'm proud to be a Liberian. It's about you living a decent life, not a hustling life. It's about your brothers and sisters that have turned into Zogos because nothing else they can do, nowhere they can go. The politician leave you where you are and travel with the family. It's not about me. It's about you. It's not about how you call this person, how you call that person, my political leader, my doctor. How long will you be calling them doctor? How long will you be calling them hero? And you are where you are. How long will you be calling them my leader? And you go on the beach to Toddy? How long will you calling them my hero? And you stand before the gate to open the gate for them to get out? And you wash their cars. Is your life to wash car? Is that what God put you on earth for? Is that your life for your family to be a beggar? Liberians, think twice. Believe in God. It's not about me. It's not about I'm going to Liberia to talk to Yeke or not to talk to Yeke. No. It's about you living a decent life where you have electricity. You live in a decent life where you have clean drinking water. Clean. Not water that you drink and you get running stomach. When you're sick, you go to the hospital and you are taken care of. Your children go to school, they give them brand new laptops. The laptops, when they go home, they got internet. They got electricity. They got library to go to do research. My son is 11 years old, my friend, 11. The boy know everything about computer. Stanton Jr., he's here. It's about your children behaving to be like my children. The benefit, the blessing my children have, I want your children to have the same. They wake up in the morning, they go and they get on the school buses. The buses take them to school. After school program. This is not about I like Joe Weir or I hate Joe Weir. George Weir is good. He got money. His family, they are good. But what about your family? Samuel Toya, his family here in America, in Ivory Coast, they are good. How long will you be standing in front of his house, begging for bread? Liberians, it's about you. It's about you waking up and taking the scales from your eyes. You can free yourself from mental slavery. Free yourself of thinking that they like you. Whether opposition or imposition. Free yourself, my friend. It's not about me. Stanton Jr. will be fine. My kids, they will be fine. My mother is okay. She's here. She gets sick. I don't even have to go there. It's about your parents that have invested a lot in you and seeing your brother turning into Zogos, your sister begging for bread and prostituting themselves. They don't have to do it. Men have to sleep with them before they give them money. They don't have to do it. If you love the president, ask the president to love you back. If you love your opposition leader, ask them to love you back. That's what we're talking about. Do you think I need something for Liberia? No, nothing. God is good to me and my family. It's about you, my friend. I get electricity 24/7. It never goes up. Even when it go up, then hurricane or situation, it just flick out. Something else coming on. Do you have that in Liberia? You're walking from Douala to Broad Street to Freeport to beg your friend for money to get food for you and your children. But you defend your political leader that can leave the country anytime. It's pathetic. Aaron Kuben will close. But we would do this because of Liberia. We'll be in the country again. The very Kev Hassan you see, Ben Senvitz, and Tumal and George, Dr. Peabody, Dr. Richardson, we're coming back to Liberia. We are not coming back to Liberia to just sit in Boulevard Palace and, well, yeah, it was okay. But we're coming to engage the folks. We're coming to speak to them. This is who we are. And God will guide our footstep. I want to see my friends, sons, and daughter playing that four like they used to. And when 7, 8 o'clock comes at night, the street light comes on. I want to see children in the library studying, reading and researching on the computer with the headphone in the ear, listening to scientists telling them the truth. I want to see our young men and women getting innovative, doing stuff so creative that when they leave Liberia, they can live a better life anywhere. I just don't want them to be a beggar. Please don't be a beggar and be a content. Please don't accept your condition and think that that's the condition God planned for you. No, my friend. May God bless you, man. May God keep you. Honorable Yeke Koluba, I said thank you for joining us tonight, my brother. As much as I defend the government and defend opposition, you're Liberian, Honorable Koluba. You have the burning desire to see that Liberia is right. It may not be to the liking of some other people. You may say some stuff that I don't like, but you're Liberian. And I'm a Liberian. I will accept you as a Liberian. And we should do the right thing for Liberia, not for politics. You walk in your district number 10, you see how the people live. When it rains, the flooding in your district is terrible. People had to walk through the water, get jika feet, crocker feet, just because. They got to move their mattresses when it's raining to a higher level to sleep on. And they wait when the water is gone, then they put the mattresses back and set the house in order. That's not the life we want for our Liberian people. I've been through it. I live in a Ziran. A raining, I put pen and bucket all over. I squeeze myself in the corner to sleep. When the rain stops, I clean up the place and pray for the sunny day. I know how it is. I want to say thank you, Brother Koluba. Talk to us. Give us a closing, sir.
Thank you, Stanton. And let me say thank you to the team again. Look, some of us are talking because we got interest in this country, Stanton. I got no cause to be calling some of you people, Tomoni, Ben, and other people to say, look, can you put help me on something today? They got money in the country. I want money. The government will give it to me to close my mouth. But what can money carry you? The consistency. You gotta let people trust you. They trust that we're not in the country. So I want to leave a legacy. So they can say when Yeke was in the capital building, was hard to be bought. He stood up for his 6 years. And now I always say to people, I say, I love Ambassador Weir because I can criticize him. Don't think about how I say it. Don't think about the only thing I will not do is to say we'll bring gun. But anyway I say is to make him strong. And he knows that very well. People say it every day and tell him things are fine. Things are fine. You know how much people suffering? Like people suffering, so people can get it to eat and have to go to bed with empty stomach. Money here. You know how many times I've been offered money to close my mouth? And my job is to talk. Lawmaker, we are advocate. That is our job. My job is not to build. My job is to put money in the budget and follow up to make sure like how district number 10 is developed. It's not somebody personal money. It is the Liberian money, but I did follow up for it to be used wisely in my district. The country is tough. The country is hungry. And the things are going on. If we don't talk, those people be say, oh, put your get in there, all right, that's how I eat the money. I don't want to please anybody. I want to do what I was sent in the capital building to do, to talk. How I see you. Like the outgoing American ambassador said to me, he said, don't talk about gun. Speak your mind. Say it the way you feel like. People say it in America the way they feel like. Draw people's statue and put them out. You do that one in Liberia, oh, the man go against tradition. There's nothing like tradition in the country anymore. We have carried ourselves to the European culture and we have to adapt ourselves to it. My job is to talk. Let me say thank you for the show. I'm always available. When I come, people listen to Kev on the show. They may not gay. They all men are gay. People don't say anything about it. But when you say something different, then people say they want to. Look, any way the bill go do it face, we'll sell it. Any kind of way the bill go tie face, we'll sell it. If we have to sell it to rescue Liberia, we'll sell it. Let me say thank you. And thank you to my supporters. Thank you to the people of District number 10 for giving me the authority, giving me the power to talk for them. And thanks to the people of Liberia, and thanks to all my supporters around the world. It was nice to be on your show tonight. And if you call me again, I will come back so we can talk.
Thank you, Honorable Yeke Koluba. We appreciate you. Thank you, sir. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, so guys, let's wrap it up. Dr. Richardson, you want to go first? Kev Hassan and St. Thomas and George. Can you go first, Doctor?
Yes. So actually, Stanton, I really want to thank you for the show tonight, for not speaking what you think is the truth, but providing evidence. The recording of someone who worked in Liberia and saw firsthand how stealing is occurring at Lich's, and also providing a recording of the president who is stating that I don't know what to say. He's actually reflecting his leadership. He doesn't know what to do about the complexity in Liberia. He doesn't know, he doesn't have any plan. He lacks leadership. And I hope Liberians are listening and watching. It is only leadership, someone who knows about the issues at hand, someone who has an answer for the Liberian people, someone who can communicate with the Liberian people, someone who can invest in the Liberian people. That's what we call leadership. Our president is here telling a journalist, "Thank you for the information." Are you kidding me, my people? It is sad. It is so sad to see our country, that is one of the oldest republic in Africa, is just backtracking, just going down and down and down. And yes, I like what Tomalin said. You know, not only to the lawmaker, but every Liberian, you need to stand up. How long are we going to say we are hopeless, we are helpless, we don't know what to do? You know, lawmakers, Liberians, take this government to task. File a lawsuit. Political parties, file a lawsuit that they are not acting on the law. They are not acting on what is best for Liberia, in the best interest for our country. But in the end, it just saddens me. I hope that Liberians are listening to what was said today. Nobody made up any story here. There were sound people who spoke. They were not high. They were not under any illusion. They spoke. There were videotape. Audio recording that was played, and we just provided information to you guys. So it is your choice, Liberians, all of us. It is our choice, and I will be in Liberia, as Stanton said. I will also be in Liberia in December on my own, to help the best way that I can.
Dr. Richardson, thank you very much. Brother Kev?
Yeah, you know, I'm glad I'm old enough to know that, to know history. You know, 170 something years, 73, 74. They are telling you, Mr. President, that you're responsible for what happened in Liberia for over 170 something years. They are telling you that when it's raining, water dropping there is your fault. Even though you're building houses for people, taking people out of zinc houses and putting people into a modern building for Pope Beach went full, even though the City of Hope is being built, even though hospital, the 14 military hospital, even though we do have the Bapolo Hospital, New Redemption Hospital is being built. With everything you have done in this short year, you're not even 5 years. We have COVID that crippled the international economy. As we speak right now, they're talking about a recession next year in America. Even though people sat home for 7 months, got paid, they are telling you, Mr. President, you're responsible for 170 something years. You know the last person that told that? The same folks that saying it today, the same folks, they told Samuel Kayado that. Say you're responsible. They convinced us to use different method. And when they get there, what they did? For 12 years, that George Weah put people in modern homes. Get playground for our children to make our children play again. And let the children play again. that George Weah did that. With everything this man doing in his power, they're telling the same folks who brought down Doe. It's the same folks we heard on BBC were telling us that we should go against Simon Kayado. They can do better for us. We gave them power, nothing to show for. You know what they did? They broke down the cow. FIB Bank. They did everything. No, they're not talking about it. They're not talking about it. You hear them talking about the cow? You hear them talking about FIB Bank? You hear them talking about the rampant corruption under the last government? They are not talking about it. You know what they're saying? They say, Judge Manawia, it's your fault. You go audit them. It's your fault. They're not saying that. They're not telling you, Mr. President, that you put people in homes and you're building homes. Homes we can show. They're not showing those pictures. They're not telling you that you're building the city of hope. I beg my sister, Dr. Francine, I beg her to go to the city of hope. I will make way for her. She refused to go and see the city of hope, where she said she got passion for women, for children. I beg her, I said, Dr. Francine, let me call so you can go and see the city of hope, so you can come and speak on it. She said, I ain't get time. But they have time to talk different things. Liberia, they are coming again. They are coming again. But this time, we are here. We will vote in the numbers for this president. Because everything shows a man who can look up that invisible path that our mothers used to go down there and lay down on the ground and pray for the same folks and begging God so we should stop shedding blood. Our mothers used to go pray. I saw the video the other day. I was like, wow. For the same folks who telling George Manawia, you no good. But now, go there and see people sleeping in a beautiful homes, well furnished by this president. Park, swimming pool. The same people say they shouldn't build it because it beside airport. Airport that will not know what plane can be, when last plane got it. The same people, they say don't build it. They criticize. They don't want you, Mr. President, to build a place for your children. Even though you suffer during the war, you suffer, you use your own money, you suffer for Liberia. The folks who were sitting down and laying down on the one bed, now they're telling you you're nobody. That's what they did. That's the slavery mentality. And my brother CEO said, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. I think people should emancipate themselves from mental slavery because they will always tell you, you're no good. That's what that's what in slavery days, they'll always tell you after you work so hard in the cotton field, you come back home, they tell you you no good. And that's what they're telling this president. You no good. Because we who sit in a high horse, we were never there for you. We're never there for you. But I want to take over. We walk in that mansion. After 12 years, that mansion was nothing. We all here, all four of us, walk in our mansion and they show us the work that this government do. No, they're saying now, Mr. President, you cannot sit in our mansion. They always take us as the slave. They are the masters. You know good. Liberia was one of the best countries in that region. They make us to believe that Simon Kayado is no good. They make us to believe that. And we believe and we buy that crap. and we destroy a beautiful country. Now they're coming again to make people to believe that this president is no good. Everything. When last you see they're showing the picture of the goodness, the hard work of this president? When? When? Yes, if a pastor said that to me the other day, say when the good spirit is speaking, other spirit they'll feel irritated. That's why the 2 minutes. That's why you're feeling irritated. But let me tell you. Let me say this to you. Goodness will always overcome any evil plan. Always overcome. Because when I see people like me down to sleep in the one bed, I feel good.
Thank
the
you,
people
Kev.
here want to come. Why they fix those things? Why?
Thank you, Kev. Adab, Central and George.
Will always overcome evil.
Well, Stella, let me say this. Pop, I thank you for this show today. It was a good show and one of our best shows. The Liberian people, they have the opportunity to listen to people who work in our system, people who are stakeholders, who are development partners, working with us, expressing their frustration about the kind of betrayal of the public trust in our people, in our own system, our people, and the failure to take charge of to take some measures to curtail it. But like I always tell you guys, in 394 days, Liberians will have the opportunity to make a choice. If they are happy for what they have seen the last 6 years, 5 years, and counting, they will be like President we are. If they are not, we have a new president. It's up to them. They have that opportunity to exercise the franchise. And if you are measuring success and from a government or so, you ask the question: how many people are employed today? How many people are unemployed? And so forth. Because you see, I watch other countries. The guy I saw, Madam Salif today in Kenya with the new Kenyan president Ruto, and I saw them. I said, wow, and I mean, he was so happy to see her. But in that country, every day I notice in our region, the presidents of Cote d'Ivoire, Guinea, Sierra Leone, Ghana, they're always saying, oh, the president is inaugurating a new factory today, opening a new plant, a new company being inaugurated, providing jobs for the people. I know in Liberia, I know I can really assess. You guys can point to me when we have opportunity where factory have been open, or plant have been open to provide jobs for the people. And most of our people today, they are complaining about jobs. And Manasari were presidents where they were lucky. They had UNMIL there. UNMIL had a lot of people employed, but there were also a lot of companies that were there that left later on when the government took power. And the last 5 years, we've been expecting that we would have seen companies coming to invest in our country, in our tourism sector, in other southern areas to manufacture and so forth, so we can start to export. We have not seen it. I don't know, but it's something that the people should be thinking about. Unemployment is high. People are complaining they don't have jobs, and every day you and I, all of us on the platform, we get calls from Liberia. Hey, my children not in school. School fees. The person's sick. I think last week. I won't call his name, but a brother that I'm sure still don't know the person, but because it came from one of his sister told me, say, so one of your brother, you met him, he said he needs your help. He was almost dying, I think. And I broke my heart. Well, I sent it because I saw the camera there. I saw the guy laying on the bed and needed help to go to the hospital. I couldn't sit and let that brother, something happen to that brother. My conscience would not serve me right. I came to his aid. And I have many of us get that call too. And people in our country right now, they are struggling. It's not easy. I got friends that visiting Liberia now, telling me, Georgie, man, not easy. Georgie is hell. It's rough. This country is tough right now. People are going through tough time. It went through tough time in other administration, but to that point where there's no jobs. Then the biggest thing is jobs, creating jobs. Creating some means of people to get employment, send their children to school, and improve our health sector. And so, at the end of the day, what we heard today on these tips, and the tips that will be played tomorrow too, it's sad that people who can work with us, and I give the people who came and work with us who on this tip, I give them credit, because most of the time, maybe you guys don't know, some of the very people that work, they call themselves expatriates, that come with these development with the UN and other programs, they also join our officials to dupe the system. Oh yeah, we work with NGO Liberia, we know the story. They will come and that budget is sending to Liberia, they will all join because they all benefit from it. Most of the time, they benefit to get a cut from it. So it's not only our people involved, some people are involved too. But for these people to come up and say, no, we cannot accept this, it's too much. Librarians are paying the price for it. I don't think it's fair. And my only disappointment is that that political will of the president to act, to take decision, that will say yes, to curtail these things, to say, look, I'm not going to let it happen. I will put a stop to it. I want the investigation or the result on my decks, and I will act. It's not there. Just before I end, it's the first time I've seen an administration from somewhere do time to this point where there have been no major reshuffle in the government. And you cannot have a government where everybody just perform 100%. No, because you must reshuffle at least. Especially so when we cannot pass, we are yet to make the threshold to pass for the millennium of fund. Other countries getting 257 billion just free money, getting that money from the US government. If something happen, take action, reshuffle, bring new people on board to change the strategy. But unfortunately for us, we have not seen it. It's sad, and we look forward to the point where Liberians will come. And then one of the things about election are coming, Liberian for the first time, you will find Liberians from the diaspora have the opportunity to go home, whether you're US citizen or not, you're going to go register to vote. And if the Liberians in the diaspora would just want to sit down on Facebook and talk, if you're going to go register to vote, then that's your problem. If you support a political cause, a political party, you support CDC, you support ANC or UP, whoever you support, you better go home now, register and vote. Make that sacrifice. Or else, if the result come out of 2023, you better accept it, because we all have opportunity to go home to make that change. So finally, I'm happy that we'll continue this video tape. This audio tomorrow will continue. We'll hear more. And end of the day, we hope and pray that something will happen. And I want to say happy that Representative Yangwe said he's going to quote, he's testing the system. That's good. Test the system. And the bill before the Vanessa put before the Senate for vote of no confidence in legis. I pray and hope that vote we want to see the outcome of that vote. And lastly, the election commission. Another issue we'll discuss next week, because we're coming to that point. But it's a sad thing, and we pray for Liberia. At the end of the day, Liberians will make the right choice and will decide their own destiny. You don't have a re-elected president, or a new president next year. Thank you.
Senator George, thank you very much. I appreciate you, Kev Hassan, that Richard said. I would say that was a wonderful show. Thanks to Representative Larry Youngquar. Thanks to Yeke Koluba, Representative District number 10. It was a wonderful show. This new clip we'll be playing will give Liberia the chance to hear. For this audio that we just played the past 2 days, we're going to put it on the page. I want to just announce to James, please put it on the Spoon page. If you want to have it, listen to it just from start to finish. It will be very interesting for you to do so. Go to Spoon. James, can you come on and give that announcement where they can find this era? Where they're going to find the audio? Where? You're muted, James.
It's going to be on Spoon TV, but they will be uploaded every day, so 7 days.
Okay. All right. So you're not going to upload it at once?
No. Part 1 will come one day, part 2, second day,
Can you just send the whole thing? What are you doing part 1, part 2?
It's okay like that. At least the taste will be there.
Oh boy. All right, so we're gonna put this thing up. I would try to talk to James that we can put everything up. These are information that people don't want to be waiting. Let's just give it to them. And I want you to just go on Spawn page. If you just follow us, all right, you're gonna have access to it. We welcome everyone. And what we'll be playing tomorrow, we're going to upload that clip likewise. Now, the president interview from Freedom FM, you have it also. But if you want to match it with this clip, we're going to add it there as well. And we say thanks to Freedom FM. We want to say to every one of you, this is what we need to do. We need to share information. We need to share information. This will help Liberia. It will help us all. If you see something, say something. You're working at Legis, LPRC, the Water and Sewer, the NTA, whatever entity or ministry you're working at, you see corruption, you see something, say something. Don't hold it to yourself. Don't be afraid. We want to give many. We are grateful to our brother who shared this information. I want to say to every one of you, we are here to stay. We are here to fight fire with fire. We are here to tell you nothing but the truth. But again, if you see something, I love when I'm at the airport, they say, if you see something, say something. This is I love when I'm on Fort Lauderdale. This is Fort Lauderdale International Airport. If you see something, say something. You know, that information, those announcements is important. So Liberians, as we get ready to vote 2023 next year, if you see something, say something. Keep your cell phone, your smartphone close to your chest. You're in the taxi cab, you're on your pen, your keke. Don't let somebody steal it now. But if you see some activities, use your cell phone. It's information. You receive information, just record it. If it's good information, bring it to Spoon. We'll pay for it. I've asked the manager, when you bring information from Rela Market, Douala Market, from Bon County, Nimba County, whatever, if your information is accepted, be a freelancer. Use your smartphone, use your recording. Once it is accepted by Spoon, we'll pay for it. Okay, we're not going to say we're going to hire you. If you're out there, I'm telling you right now, you get an information that you want to share with us, and that information is a good, legit information, and we can verify it. Once we play it on the Spoon Talk, we will pay you. We'll pay you. So wherever you are, you got to pay for that SIM card. You got to pay for your internet. Try to get this information. When you guys going back to Legis and they're having that demonstration, I will urge you, once we do not have our reporter there, use your smartphone, record it, send it to us. Make sure you send your name. You know, it's the same way you can upload it on social media. Send it to us, and we'll find ourselves compensating you and paying you for it. We have to do this, guys. This is about you. This is about Liberia. This is about us all. It's not about any one person. I'll give you the story and we're going to leave. Queen Elizabeth, she's dead and gone. She lived image 90 some more years. Guess what happened? All the enjoyment the Oma enjoyed, everything she had, the Oma never experienced any suffering. But she's dead. She's gone. May her soul rest in peace. Everything we ever worked for, we're going to leave it back. Same kind of do. Tell richest man at that time. Tell richest president. He's gone. He left everything back. Tolbert. Tutman what? 27 years, he said, rest into money. 27. Guess what happened?
27.
He's gone. Tolbert, gone. Hey, man. If you come to America, Senator King, what's the man name? John King, Mike King, gone.
Yeah, Mike King, yeah.
Kennedy, gone. These people, Ronald Reagan, gone. Why you want it all, and you would die and leave it back? You would leave it behind. Come on, man. We say thank you for allowing us to talk to you. Liberia will be better. Trust me, Liberia will. Liberia must be better. The reason why some people say, see, you're not a seditious, you're not a CPP, you're not UP. No, I'm not. I'm a Liberian. Rise up, youth. Stand up. Refuse. Refuse. Those lawmakers that will come to you and agree that you should live in poverty. Refuse poverty. That's not your portion. Refuse it. Refuse poverty, my friend. Refuse to stay from people's gates and beg for bread. My son not in school. My daughter not in school. Refuse it. That's not you. It shouldn't be you. What's the God you serve? You go to church every day. You go to the mall. You think that's how God wants you to be? To stay from people door and knock the door and wait to open the gate? That they will give you $10, $5? Ask your children to go draw the water and you be domestic slave? You remember those things? You are not, your family have turned into domestic slave. You got to wash the children clothes. You got to cook for the children. You got to feed the children. You got to bring firewood. You got to prepare the hot water. Refuse it. Free yourself from slavery. How can you be slave in your own home? He said, that's my leader. That's the person I want to vote for. Don't be a beggar. Don't be a beggar, please. Work. Earn a good living. Your sons and daughters should see you coming from school. They should be happy. What happened with the study class teacher? When Papa used to come from school 5 o'clock and ask you, where's your study class teacher? Oh, study class teacher come and let go study. What happened? May God bless you, my people. May God keep you. May God bless our sweet, sweet Liberia. Have a wonderful evening. We'll see you back tomorrow, same time, same station. In Jesus' name. Good night. Good night.
See you bow. You irritated, Kev Spirit, like nobody business. I see I will not be here tomorrow, but you're my irritated Kev Spirit. I'll tell you.
Well, while you do this, now you say about, I just want to send a shout out to my sister. Our audience, we call Mother. Tomorrow is her birthday. Tomorrow is the 20th Cecilia Judy Witherspoon. We want to say happy pre-birthday. We will announce the birthday. We'll sing your birthday song. May God bless you. May God keep you. My wife and myself were able to visit them today. We saw her. We were happy. Again, we want to say, Cecilia, may God bless you. May God keep you. As you get ready, she said, you know what? Stenta, I want to celebrate her birthday. I said, celebrate her birthday for what? Come on, man. Let's just come and eat. But she cooked something of food I enjoyed today. And too many you know she can steam because you went there, you ate something of potatoes green. I was over here to say you ate my food. But that's okay, Georgie. You went there the other day. But her birthday is tomorrow. I know you will call her in tomorrow.
Happy birthday. Yeah, I'll give her a call tomorrow.
Yeah, that's our own of mine. Happy birthday to her. Have a good night, guys. God bless you all. Good night.
You want to know what is happening?
Go ahead.
Okay, so folks, this is how we love to end this edition of Spoon Talk. Like I said, the biggest thing that takes place on your radio, online. Yes. And also on the stream of your television. Thanks for listening. My name is Aaron Kuban. I've been here. I hope to join you on Wednesday. Tomorrow, another person will be here. But on Wednesday, I'll be back here. Thanks for following. Bye-bye for my.
You got a Spoon TV. You got a Spoon Radio. Tuto Spoon.